AFC North football.
Exactly what you want to see. Competitive and, of course, extremely physical. When you talk with both teams, they express a lot of pride in playing in the North.
Steelers had their 5-game winning streak snapped in the snow in Cleveland last week. They feel like offensively there's still a lot of meat on the bone. Thanksgiving joke. But Charles, the reality is they have a whole lot of variety on offense to work with.
They certainly do. Those leftovers taste good, don't they, after Thanksgiving? Because with this offense, it is the variety factor. Because we know about Najee Harris, but now Justin Fields can complement your quarterback and makes work. Jalen Warren has got healthy at the running back position. Pryor Move is now coming up, as has Darnell Washington, the tight end spot. And Calvin Austin becomes a downfield threat, not just a gadget guy. Everyone is getting involved in this offense. They're all getting a touch because Russell Wilson's doing a nice job of distributing the football. Today, completions first for him before he thinks about the big shots downfield.
On defense, the Steelers are very physical. Their field sets the tone. It's a selfless group. And they're right at the top five in a number of categories around the NFL. As for Cincinnati, they know, everybody knows, there's no margin for error right now for the Bengals at 4-7. Joe Burrow is putting up immense numbers, but the team's record is the reason why he's not being mentioned for MVP.
And he's acutely aware of that, minus MVP time. All he cares about is winning football games. And he's wondering what more he has to do to get his team to translate these performances that he's giving them into the wins that they need to make a playoff run. And today, he's going to rally his team from the front. Then run play and handle Pittsburgh and make them chase. And speaking of chase, he's going to look for number one, Jamar Chase, as often as possible.
And moments ago, Evan caught up with the dynamic Chase.
So, Jamar, you've been the most productive receiver in the NFL this season. Now you face the Steelers defense that's only allowed 9 touchdown passes. What excites you about this opportunity?
Just another opportunity like Chargers, man. They got a great defense. We got a great offense. We got to go out there and execute.
You guys might be the most talented 4-7 team in recent memory. What gives you confidence you guys can go on a run starting today?
Yeah, man. We know how to keep going. We know what it takes to get to where we want to go. We got to take one game at a time and make it better when it happens.
Appreciate you.
On defense, Trey Hendrickson continues to be a one-man wrecking crew. He leads the NFL with 11.5 sacks and 24 quarterback hits. Now the opening kick here in Cincinnati. Steelers Nation travels well to the Pittsburgh trying to maintain first place in the AFC North. Bengals looking to stay alive. It's the NFL. CBS.
In Miami, can we get deep run this year?
Well, at Drake Hill.
My sources say yes. My sources are on the network. Wow. You would all with NFL Plus program.
Well, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. It's December the 1st, so it's time to unleash hell. Pittsburgh is coming off of a loss a week and a half ago, so mini bye over Thanksgiving, following the defeat in OHIO, city of Cleveland to be exact, against the Brownies in the snow on a Thursday night, and now return to that same state, city of Cincinnati, take on the Bengals today. So they're in the jungle. They lost in the dog pound. We'll see if they can get back to their winning ways, as they're 8-3, 3 losses by 1 score. Very well could be, 9-2, 10-1, undefeated 11-0 for all you know. But they're obviously not. They're 8-3. The Bengals are 4-7, and they're no doubt about it better than what their record shows and says they are. So should be a good game. Pittsburgh does lead the all-time series, officially 70-39, along with sweeping Cincinnati in both meetings last year. This will be the first, obviously, of 2 this year, with them being AFC North rivals. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati coming up, 1 o'clock, CBS, this December 1st, Sunday, 2024. And then they'll meet technically still this season in 2024, but it'll be January of 2025 because it'll be week 18. As once again, Pittsburgh sitting at 8-3. We know how the schedule shakes out, from at Cleveland to at Cincinnati. They'll host Cleveland next week. We'll have a lot of play, watch longer actions live on YouTube then, so we should tune back in. But then only 2 other games not in the North down the stretch. Those 2 games are going to be after next week, 2 of the next 3 after that, as they'll go to Philadelphia, but then they go to Baltimore, and then they host Cincinnati before they host Kansas City, on Christmas before they host Cincinnati week 18. So right now they're the 3 seed in the AFC playoffs. They're leading the AFC North. A win last week would have been nice, but even with a loss, a win today would be even better. So thanks for tuning in and listening. These are going to be my NFL, Steelers, Bengals, live play, watch long reactions, live right here on YouTube as CBS takes us from the NFL today with a commercial break to the game, as hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving on Thursday, successful Black Friday, as the NFL this week 13 began on those 2 very days, and 3 games on Thursday, Black Friday game. We'll get into the results of those a little bit later on with some first half stats and scores, so stay tuned. We'll also see what the hell's going on in the NFL here today with a few good matchups before we preview next week. As mentioned, Pittsburgh will host Cleveland, who they just played a week and a half ago, and so yeah, a lot of opponents. A lot of these games are going to be the same, you'd have to think, just knowing how AFC North football goes, along with the Steelers for that matter. It's going to be a close, hard-fought, one-score game that's going to come down to the wire, and the Steelers' defense is going to have to make a stop. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in and listening. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. That'll be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit the red subscribe button, notification button, so it's all stay up to date. Thumbs up button, share, hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always great appreciated as well. As this video is powered by Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead Hungry. Links for them also in the description. And as I normally say for video, this is audio only though, this afternoon. The QR code that's normally behind me, it's as good as the first link in the description. Be sure to go click on that link if you haven't done so. So, yeah, Steelers Bengals coming up. Pittsburgh in their road whites, but Russell Wilson arrived in all black, looking like he was going to a funeral. So we'll see if that's Steelers on the road. They went on Cincinnati after Thanksgiving a couple years ago and got blown out. But, Joe Burrow's been playing well for the Bengals. Been putting up a lot of good numbers. But since he's still 4-7, like they're not winning as much as you or they would think they should be, with Pittsburgh once again sitting 8-3. Joe Burrow, yeah, it's cold, but it was cold last week and it was snowing last week, and they still didn't get the job done, so that's no excuse. You got to play through it. And really, it's going to boil down to, take your points, especially on the road, but the Pittsburgh Steelers got to find the end zone. They got to score touchdowns. So Pittsburgh has won the coin toss, deferred, so they're on kickoff. They'll get the ball to begin the second half. Boswell booms it, return from about the 10, left to right, and it'll be 1st and 10 Cincy from the 36-yard line to begin this game. So Pittsburgh defensively, obviously TJ Watt coming off the edge with Cam Hayward in the middle. Benton and Ogunjobi have been playing well. Alex Highsmith's still out at the other edge spot, but Herbig's played well in absence, even though he's been battling injury as well. Patrick Queen knows the Bengals well, former Raven. In his first year in the Steelers, he'll be in the middle at linebacker. So, blow the whistle, and here we go. 1st and 10, Cincinnati, and they'll start out of the gun with the back to Burrow's left and to his right. And he's looking to throw with the Steelers bringing pressure, and he gets hit, and it's somehow caught and then dropped by Jamar Chase near side with Dante Jackson on the cover. So incomplete, 2nd and 10. A lot going on that very first play, 12 seconds in. Because he probably should have been sacked. But incomplete, 2nd and 10. Obviously, Cincinnati with Burrow at quarterback. No more Joe Mixon. He's in Houston. But they still have weapons for him to throw the football to. They lost Tyler Boyd. He's from Clareton. Pittsburgh thought about signing him. Didn't. Ended up trading for Mike Williams recently. He's in Tennessee. Who's at Washington today. Anyways, they still have Jamar Chase. They still have T. Higgins. They signed Mike Gesicki, tight end, the former Nittany Lion, who was on the 2016 Big Ten championship team. And Penn State's going back to Indy next weekend. So I'll have live play watch-along reactions live here on YouTube then, so you should tune back in. But it all starts up front. You got to be able to block around the football. They Chase Brown out, tailback. Late whistle on 3rd and 11. So they blow it dead, and a flag on the play before the snap. Got a false start as we got Hockley on the call. As today's white capper, so expect a lot of penalties. It starts up front. You got to be able to run the football, block to run, block to open pass. So we'll see how the Steeler defense is today up against the Cincinnati offense, and then how the Steeler offense, goes if they can get into some, rhythm. But 3rd and 16, simple slant over the middle, caught by Chase, and then Queen with KZ and Minka Fitzpatrick. They're the ones that wrap them up. So be 4th down. Obviously the loss, and then the penalty backed them up, and then they're going to have to punt. So Pittsburgh's getting the ball here after a 3-and-out by the Bengals. They had a decent kickoff return, but they couldn't do anything with it. So 4th and 3, don't jump off sides. Don't rough or run into the punter either. The 1st down. So since he's on the punt, Pittsburgh back deep to receive. And Calvin Austin fair catches it at the 15. So it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from there with 12:57 to play in this opening quarter. And they're going to stick with it. Surprisingly not go to break. Which is a surprise. They love to just run all the commercials they can, but here comes Russ in the Steeler offense. Obviously, you got Najee Harris, Jalen Warren at tailback, Pickens at receiver, Freiermuth at tight end. Hopefully, there's no issues with the stadium clock as there was in this game a year ago. But 1st and 10 from the 15. Freiermuth in motion. And Russ out of the gun gets the snap. Going down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete at the 40. And a penalty. Couple penalties come flying in. Big hit. Is that Austin or Williams? It's going to be a 15-yard automatic 1st down for the Steelers, so hopefully he's okay. He took a fucking shot. Yeah, they just fucking speared him in midair. I mean, that's clearly a penalty. That's a fine, too, I might add. He didn't even play the ball. He just fucking went and tackled the receiver before he caught it. Yeah, that's clearly a penalty. And he probably just got the wind knocked out of him. That was Calvin Austin. I couldn't tell if it was a 9 or an 8. Obviously, Austin wears 19, Williams wears 18. But they'll take a timeout now with the injury. 12:53 to play in this first quarter. Hopefully he's okay. Obviously, they need somebody to step up at wide receiver. It's really just, even with Mike Williams coming in, yeah, he had one catch against Skins, Washington football team. The Commanders now. This ended up being the game winner, but he really hasn't done much since. And that's been, 3 weeks ago now. So it's still Pickens. It's still Fryman to tight end. Darnell Washington's played well at tight end, I've thought. He's made some catches down the middle as of late. But they need somebody to step up at fucking wide receiver. But as I was just saying with the Bengals, same thing goes for the Steelers. It starts up front. This offensive line has to be able to block. If they can run the football today, especially on the road, get Naj in a groove, Warren to bulldoze his way, and roll into the end zone, get a strike or two, because he's a bowling ball. They can score points. Take them while you can get them. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to need later. And because that's what sort of screwed them over last week. They missed the field goal early at Cleveland, and then, they lost what they lost by, and if they would have had the field goal earlier, they wouldn't have had to throw in a Hail Mary to win it, which it fell incomplete anyway and they lose, but they would have just had to kick a field goal to win it. But obviously just still didn't play good enough to win that game. I mean, it was really a slow first half is what did them in. Because time then wasn't on their side in the second half, but you'd hope, no doubt about it, especially on the road or home, a little neutral site for that. It doesn't fucking matter. You want a fast start. You want to control the game. But offensive line's going to block well, especially with as good as, Cincinnati is, defensively. They don't get enough credit. I mean, they're 4-7. They very well could be 7-4 for God's sakes. And they're in the thick of it, with Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the AFC North, but they're not, and it's really just a 2-team race for the division. And Pittsburgh already has a head-to-head against Baltimore. But then that's what I said. The Steelers' schedule from here on out, it's all divisional games other than 2, going to Philly and hosting Kansas City on Christmas. From the 38, after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. So, yeah, they have George Pickens. Obviously, Van Jefferson's been around. Really hasn't done much either. Calvin Austin, better fucking snap it. And then they trade for Mike Williams, like I said, but he really hasn't done much either. So then dump off on the screen here to Najee Harris, who stumbles forward, but at least it's forward, not to the side or backwards. And he gets to the 45-yard line. So I'm pushing and shoving. It's getting chippy. It's been one of those weekends in football. Rivalry weekend in college football. You've had a lot of, chippiness, if you will. Just teams hating each other. That's, nothing new, but obviously that hit. Hopefully Austin's okay, but we know how the Bengals and the Ravens, on defense, along with the Browns, do play Pittsburgh because they don't like them and we don't like them. It's just the way it is. 2nd and 3, pass near side. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 3 now from the 45-yard line. But no, with Russ at quarterback, obviously you still have Fields as well. They've used him a little bit since Russ, has been starting the past, a little over a month now. Not as obviously much as when he was starting, for God's sakes, but for the most part, everything's worked out. 3rd and 3, but Russ at quarterback, 2 backs. They'll run a slant, and it's picked off because the receiver fell, and it's going to be returned, and it's going to be returned for a touchdown. Jesus fucking Christ. So touchdown Bengals on a pick 6. Yeah, it looks like Pickens just fell down. See a replay here. Oh, he fucking pulled his ass to the ground. That's a penalty. That is not, he didn't fall down. That's a fucking penalty that they missed, and then it's a pick six. I mean, come on. That's the thing with the penalties. If it's clear and obvious, fucking call it. But when you miss something like that, yeah, no doubt about it, you know, you're going to bitch. Extra point up and good. 7-0. Pittsburgh can get the ball back, but they turn it over, throw a pick six, because George Pickens got thrown to the ground. No penalty called, and then it's picked off and returned because they couldn't tackle him in bounds or let alone push him out of bounds, and about a 40-yard interception return for a touchdown. So 7-0 Bengals. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. So continue to talk about the offense. This defense will be rested up. With Russ and, like I said, Fields has played what he's played, but they got to run the football with Najee and Warren. Because of what I was saying with the receivers, Pickens, Jefferson, Williams, Austin. Obviously, they drafted Roman Wilson out of Michigan. Been hurt, though, hasn't played. Among a few others, from Scotty Miller to Ben Skoranek. Whether they're active or not, they still haven't done much anyway. That's the thing with the tight ends. It's Freiermuth, it's Darnell Washington down the middle. Obviously Connor Hayward, Cam's little brother, H-back. But that's why they've been running the screens. And they wanted to run a slant there on 3rd and 3. And, at worst, other than with what happened, it's incomplete. You punt, you flip field, you play field position, you play defense. It's early, a lot of football be played. But, even with it being as early as it is, still a lot of football be played, yeah. Unfortunately, because the refs, and Hockley's crew normally throws like a million flags a game. I'm surprised they didn't call one there. He literally drug his ass to the ground. He almost ripped his fucking helmet off, for God's sakes. And then since he was on the ground, the DB standing right there is rushed through the football. Well, no shit is going to get picked off if he was able to catch it, which he was. And then he was able to return it because Pittsburgh couldn't tackle him. And, it's a touchdown. So here's a replay of it. 3rd and 3 from the 45. A slant, over the middle. And just picked off. McCormick almost pushed him out. Russ got blocked. And then Broderick Jones almost had him at the goal line, but it's a touchdown. Son of a bitch. That's the thing with the refs, on why they get shit on. They call the fucking, penalties that don't need to be called, and then they don't call shit like that. That's the thing. If you call it down the middle, I don't have a problem with it, But when, you're calling it one-sided or not, I can understand letting them play to an extent, but when that's clear and fucking obvious, man, you don't throw it. Come on. So, just frustrating. So, here's a kickoff, and it'll be a touchback, so 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 25, or the 30-yard line, excuse me. It's a fucking penalty. Yeah, he ripped the back of his head, pulled him to the ground. He almost ripped his fucking helmet off. So Pickens can't play the ball, can't catch it, and he's on the ground, and then it's picked off and returned for a touchdown. Just like the personal foul, they played the player, not the ball. This ain't the fucking, 1920s, for God's sakes, all right? What on the 70s when football was football? But that's a clear-cut penalty. 1st and 10, Russ rolls out, it's caught for Freiermuth, and it'll be 2nd and 3. All right. Just got to get something going. Balance, consistency, momentum, rhythm, get in a groove, get a couple first downs. So, we know how Pickens loves to fight, too, I might add. Just fucking put it to them. Make them pay. They want to play like this, so let's play their fucking game. 2nd and 3. Russ up under center. And they'll toss Najee Harris, but he's only going to get about a yard. So another 3rd and short coming up from around the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. You know, and they turn it over, and that's the difference in this game right now. Turn over for 7 points. That's why you're down. Unless Cincinnati, you know, because they didn't do jack shit on their opening drive. You turn it over, we'll see what you got now. It's just, I don't know how you didn't call that. Because then that's a first down. Then the drive stays alive. Then whatever happens, happens. But it's 3rd and 2. Just, you know, it's setting the tone of the game. Dump off, first down, and Naj goes out past midfield, spins, still going, inside the 40, still going, down to the 36. Big 3rd down conversion by Pittsburgh. So now they're going to be in field goal range. You know, if drive stalls out, kick field goal, take your points. But you'd like to tie this game up because they shouldn't have the 7 they have, but they do. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the Bengal 37. And they'll run Naj. Harris spins again, and down to the 30. So another 2nd and manageable. You know, just convert. Get a first down, get a first down, get a first down. Just keep trucking. So we'll see how, you know, they do respond here, if they can tie it up. But Williams in motion. And Russ, 3-step drop, dump off again to Najee Harris, and another first down. Needed 3, got 5. First down, Pittsburgh. Hey, if the middle of the field's open, use it. I mean, seriously, just, you know, dump off here, dump off there, go down the middle of the field to the tight end. I mean, the refs are going to be, I would think, ready to call another penalty on the Bengals defense on a slant for, you know, throwing a player to the ground and not playing the ball. You play the player. Like, that's the thing with the DPI, defense pass interference. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh here from the 25. Fake the run, dump off on a screen, got a block. Boost Isaac Siamalu, and Naj going to get pushed out. Be 2nd and 2. Yeah, did he pull his hammy? He's slow on the sideline, so he's going to get looked at, and Warren's going to come in. Even though that's the thing with defense pass interference, you know, they're not going to call it if you turn around and play the ball. They will call it if you just play the, you know, player, which obviously that personal foul, they played the player, called it. They played the player on the interception, though, too. Didn't call it, and it was picked off and returned, so that's why Cincinnati has a 7. But it is what it is. Just got to, you know, like I said, this game they want to play, fucking play it. Screen, near side to Pickens, and he walks in, touchdown. I don't believe he stepped out. So they go 70 in a couple minutes, yeah, and bubble screen and a couple good blocks. And no, he never stepped out. He walks in, touchdown. So we're an extra point away from a tie game, let alone Pittsburgh should have a fucking lead. Not, you know, 7-7. They shouldn't have the 7 they have. But they do. Extra point's good. So 7 apiece, 7:41 to play. So now the defense, with offensively, you know, getting momentum back on their side for the most part. Defense needs to go out and make a stop. Get a turnover yourself. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you want to? Just, it's frustrating, man. I don't get why they didn't call a penalty on that still. But it is what it is. So we're tied at 7. Some stats. Burrow going to be back out there. He's 1 and 2, 13 yards. That's the Jamar Chase. But remember, they went 3 and out offensively. And then Cam Taylor-Britt got a 51-yard interception return for a touchdown on a no call. Should have been a penalty. But Russ, 6 of 8, 69 yards, has the interception, unfortunately. That Cincinnati returned for a touchdown, and my TV just froze for whatever reason. Now it went black. Come on, CBS, what the fuck? But Russ is 6 of 8, 69 yards with that pick, as mentioned, but just the touchdown there to Pickens, who has a catch for 17 yards in the score. Naj has 4 catches, 45 yards out of the backfield. What the hell, CBS? And Naj has 2 carries, 8 yards on the ground. So he's doing more in the backfield, catching it than he is running it. But a couple dump offs here, a couple dump offs there, They're able to move the football and drive and score. That's what matters. Freiermuth has a catch for 7 yards. Defense needs to stop. I know it's early, a lot of football to be played, but defense needs to stop. Defense needs to get a turnover to even the score. So we'll see if they can do just that or not. Just don't give up a drive right after you scored yourself. You know what I mean? Just sometimes they love to do that. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. See what the hell's going on here with fucking CBS. Is anybody else having problems, or is it just me? It's working perfectly fine, and then it decides to half hour into the game just go AWOL. Working perfectly fine yesterday for the games I was watching. Let alone on, Thanksgiving and Black Friday for that matter too. Here's a touchdown. Yeah, from the 17-yard line, 2nd and 2. They're in a bubble screen near side. And it was caught by Pickens, and he got a good block and was able to walk in touchdown. And then he punted the ball into the stands in celebration. And then the extra point was up and good, 7 apiece. 7-7 with 7:41 to play in the first. Almost stepped out about the 5-yard line, but he was able to break the tackle and get in. So looks like we might have a good one in the jungle. And CBS has just absolutely shit the bed. And of course, can't watch the game on any other channel. It's CBS. Here we go. I guess it just had to reset itself. Maybe. We've missed one play. About 20 seconds. 2nd and 8 coming up. So they got 2 yards after the kickoff. And they got the ball at the 26. So they got obviously the return out of the 24. Like last year, Steelers, Bengals from Cincinnati, that pass caught. Mike Gesicki. It'll be 3rd and short. But they had stadium clock issues. You didn't know how much time was left in the first half before they got it straightened out. Like, I don't know if one of CBS's cords came undone or what, but the feed just went black. And then it came back on until I, said, hey, it's 2nd and 8 now. Only missed one play. Now 3rd and 2. Come on, defense. Good stop. Empty set, 5 wide. And Burrow looking to throw, and it's caught. Somehow caught by T. Higgins with Elliott and Fitzpatrick on the coverage. Once again, probably should have been sacked, but he steps up and honestly probably should have tucked it and ran, but still looked downfield and was able to deliver a nice strike, and Bengals get a first down. So Burrow, obviously former Heisman Trophy winner at LSU, won national championship, #1 overall pick in 2020. Been in the Cincinnati organization, the AFC North with the Bengals, ever since. Led the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. But then since then, they really haven't been who they were, obviously, then at that point, which, you know, you never really are afterwards. That's for anybody. But run up the middle, Chase Brown. He played in the Big Ten. Played for the Pats, if I'm not mistaken. And he runs it again up the middle, and he's off to the races inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Jesus fucking Christ. You gotta be kidding me. He just took off like a light. 41-yard touchdown. Like a fucking bat out of hell. The fucking Bengals. He might have been down there at the 1. Ball's on in the across the goal line in the end zone yet. All scoring plays are reviewed. They might overturn that. But it's still going to be first and goal at the 1 if it is. And then they'll probably still fucking score anyway unless you can hold them to a field goal. See all the wires come up out of the ground with the pylon there, getting knocked over. He's short. It'll be first and goal at the 1. So that's the replay assist. Yeah, he's short right there. Knees down, ball's on in. So no touchdowns, still 7 apiece, 5:06 to play in the first, 5:09 to play in the first. They reset the clock as well, but it's still first and goal at the 1, so they'll probably still, you know, punch it in here. After, you know, Pittsburgh just gave a 40-yard run, for God's sakes. Back-to-back first down runs, I might add. And somebody just reported eligible. I didn't catch a number, but yeah, he's down right there. Yep. But yeah, unless you can hold them to a field goal, they're still going to score here anyway. Or maybe get a turnover. First and goal, they'll run it, and he walks in, yeah, touchdown. So there you go. 13-7, extra point to come. God damn it. So Chase Brown now, officially with a long of 40. Gonna have 4 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. So they can't stop the run. And guess what? They really haven't ran the ball that well themselves either. So might be where this game's won or lost. Extra points up and good. It's 14-7. So now they're just going to be playing catch-up. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And still the difference in this game, unless that would be the Bengals' first touchdown, is the pick 6 that they didn't call penalty on. And that's why the Bengals have a lead right now, 14-7, or else would be tied at 7. Pittsburgh getting the ball back, looking to go up themselves. But now they're going to get the ball back, looking at a tie, let alone cut the lead. So take the points so I can get them, but, you know, you got to score touchdowns. And they did. I mean, but remember, they did throw the pick 6, and that's the difference in this game right now. So we'll get back to it. You know, we're live TV. I don't know what the hell happened right before that last drive. CBS just cut out, and it came back on. But 14-7. Burrow now officially 4 or 5, 34 yards, but Chase Brown with 4 carries, 53 yards in that touchdown. And Russ, 6 of 8, 69 yards. The interception, that's the difference, but the touchdown to Pickens. And Najee is really their offense right now. But then remember, he looked like he, you know, was a little slow to get up there. Maybe pulled a hammy going out of bounds on that next last play before the touchdown. So hopefully he's okay. We'll see. Probably get some insight when we come back here. They'll probably have an update, I'd have to guess. Because then if not, it's going to be a lot of Jalen Warren. Which, okay, fine by me. You know, he can roll. But they're better when it's 1-2 punch. But then Russ has got to not take sacks and get the ball out and take off and run when he has to. And that was the thing with Fields, the quarterback. Like, he would take off and run when he had to. Russ, yeah, he's a pocket passer, can run, but he does take a lot of sacks. You know, and then it's not a manageable situation, and you're in a tough spot. You just got to, you know, hey, one thing at a time, chip away at it. It's a long game. You're down 7 because you turned it over. Missed call on the penalty, no doubt about it, but you still got to play the game. So 14-7, getting the ball back, see what they can do. Starts up front. You just saw Cincinnati run the football as well as they did. You got to do the same thing. You know, you have no running game, and you can't stop the other team. You're up shit creek without paddling, you're probably going to lose. So if they can get a run game going, find a way to stop the run, you know, open it up offensively, make a couple stops on defense, they'll be fine. But should be 7 apiece, not 14-7, but it is what it is. So here's the kickoff. Pittsburgh back deep to receive. And we'll have another touchback. So 1st and 10 from the 30. I mean, we'll see about Najee Harris here. Hopefully he's okay. But for more, yeah, they have Cordell Patterson. You know, he can run the football. He's a big-bodied guy. I mean, he came in the league as a wide receiver. He's a pass catcher more than anything, but he can run the football, and that's what they use him as a running back. But then they run the screens that they do. Well, it's a 1-2-3 then with all 3 of them in the run game and the pass game, and then they have the receivers they have. So, all right, Najee back in there. It's a good sign. They'll run it up the middle. Actually, that's Patterson for 2. The dreads threw me off. Obviously, you got to watch the numbers, but there's an update. We'll take a look around the league here in a minute. But a couple yards there. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 8. From the 32. And Russ, they go far side, and it's going to be incomplete. Hit the ground, intended for Van Jefferson. So 3rd and 8. Yep, short hops it. 4:15 to play in the first, 3rd and 8. You got to convert unless, you know, defense doesn't get a stop. Give them the ball back. You're going to be down 2 scores. Even though you're going to get the ball back to begin the second half, you're just... 3rd and 8. Russ complete. And then bobbled but caught by Pickens. Gets a first down, spins out past midfield. And a first down, Pittsburgh at the Bengal 46. So, all right. There you go. Another big play. Maybe take a shot. Why not go deep? Got a flag on the play. Hopefully it's after the play and not in the back end and it's not coming back for a hold. Or if it's on the Bengal defense. Okay, after the play it looks like, but who's it going to be against? Because then if it's still against Steelers, you're going to have first down, yeah, but you're still going to be backed up. You're not going to be out past midfield and get that yardage. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Pickens. Jesus Christ. So they get the first down, but it still backs them up. Because they could be punting. He caught it, bobbled it, caught it. And then spun, got a first down, and he gave the defender the ball after he caught the first down, after he got tackled. So, yeah, they got to clean up that fucking just backyard bullshit, you know? They got to quit letting the fucking emotions get the better of them. Just fucking don't worry about it. Fucking forget it. Just block it out and move forward. You want to say fuck them, we'll go out and make another play. Dump off, complete the Freiermuth. He gets about 3 yards. Late hit out of bounds. Where's the penalty there? Be 2nd down. But they're out past the 40. when they were just out past midfield, you know, but then the penalty brought him back, even though it was after the play, thank God, and it's first down. So now, new set down, second down coming up. There's Arthur Smith, Steelers offense coordinator. He reportedly talked with North Carolina, the Tar Heels, in college football about their head coaching opening, but he told him no. Darnell Washington, far side, first down, Pittsburgh. Just keep chipping, keep one thing at a time here. Washington looking like a fucking freight train. First and 10 from midfield. Gotta go. 3, 2, 1. They don't get it all. That's delay game. God damn it. Unless they call it a timeout. Yeah, delay game, 5 yards. Back them up. First and 15. That's the second time now on this drive. They got out past midfield or at midfield, but then they get a penalty called against them. They got to go backwards. Just fucking aim a little higher when you're not shooting yourselves in the foot. Jesus Christ. Dump off, Patterson. Okay, they're out past midfield again. Guess what? They'll probably get another penalty called against them here soon. But surprisingly on that play, no, thank God. It's second down and medium. They get the penalty yards back, but be second in about 6, 7. Second and 8, dump off Patterson, and he gets another first down. All right, new set of downs inside the 40. Remember, this is where they were before the Pickens penalty. And they backed up, new set of downs, get to midfield, false start, back them up again, another first down, here we go. So just inconsistency. Up, down, back, forward. Like, from the 38, first and 10. And Patterson will get the give. He'll stiff arm far side and break it, get a first down to the 25-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh again. There you go. About a minute to play in this first quarter. Right now, they're working right to left across your television screen, ready to dial. Thanks for tuning in. But second quarter, obviously, will flip-flop, and we'll see if they can punch it in here. Whether that's by the end of the quarter or early second. You got to score here. You got to tie this fucking game up. I mean, I'll take a field goal if you have to settle for it. You know, 3's free, but you'd like a touchdown and tie this sucker up at 14. First and 10 from the 25. Jefferson in motion. They jumped off sides. Where's the penalty there? But nothing. Patterson on the toss. Gets about a yard, maybe 2. And that'll probably be the final play of the first quarter. Well, in the meantime, they're going to have to blow this dead. There's an injury on defense. But then, even if they did, they'd wind it. We still go to the end of the first quarter anyway. But the clock's still running, and we're going to go to the end of the first quarter. Well, now they stop with 3 fucking seconds. So, all right, well, we're still going to go to the second quarter here. Stoppage with the injury, but they'll wind it, and we'll go to the end of the first, and they'll flip ends, and Pittsburgh's going to have a first down at the 25-yard line to begin the second quarter. Down 7-14-7. All right, now they're going to reset the clock. 15 seconds, I think I heard. 18 seconds, something like that. But they'll still wind it, and Pittsburgh's not going to have to snap it unless they want to. Well, 5 seconds. Well, it should have been more, honestly. They just let it continue rolling, and the guy's just fucking sitting there. So they'll take a timeout and get back to it. And then they're going to take another timeout at the end of the quarter. So not a hell of a lot going on right now.
Jenkins on his feet. He gingerly over the Cincinnati sideline. They're already thin in that area. McKinley Jackson.
Now 10 seconds on the clock. You want to reset it again?
They added time to the clock, 10 seconds. Second down and 8 for the Steelers, who are threatening now inside the 25.
All right, so 2nd and 8. They should wind this. All right, 2nd and 8 from the 23. They should wind this. Pittsburgh's not going to have the sound unless they want to. There you go. Fucking wind it. Don't snap it. You don't have to. Drum off sides. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, they won't. As figured. As thought. So end of the first quarter, 14-7. Pittsburgh going to have the 2nd and 8 to begin the final 15 of this first half. Ball at 23-yard line, knocking on the door, looking to cut this lead a little and tie it up. But 14-7, they should be tied at 7. Not a 7-point deficit, but because of a missed penalty on a interception that ended up being returned for a touchdown, that's the difference in this game. It's been a different story if they would have just picked it off and then not done anything off of it, you know, because then they still score. Pittsburgh scores, but 14-7, they'll have a second down when we come back. Around the NFL today, as we had 3 games on Thanksgiving, 1 game on Black Friday. Right now, with Steelers, Bengals, the Chargers are in Atlanta taking on the Falcons. Cards, Vikings, Colts, and Patriots. No Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, though, playing today. Seahawks, Jets, the Titans and Skins, the Washington Football Team, Commanders, Texans, Jags. All those games are on here at 1 o'clock. We'll update some scores momentarily. Still to come, you have Rams, Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Eagles, Ravens, and then Sunday football in the Arctic of Buffalo, New York, with feet of snow. You have the 49ers and Buffalo Bills. Monday Night Football tomorrow night is the Browns and Broncos. So we'll recap Week 13, preview Week 14. Pittsburgh's going to be hosting the team they just lost to, the Cleveland Browns, next week. Obviously at Cincinnati here today at the end of 1. They're down 14-7. So leave it at that. We'll get back to it. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links to the description below. Thumbs up button, share, chat questions, comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. I'd normally say scan the QR code behind me in a video. This is audio only. So click on the first link in the description. It's as good as the QR code. And thanks for tuning in. So back from break to begin the second quarter. It's 2nd and 8, Pittsburgh. I mean, I'll take a field goal if it comes down to it. They got to settle for 3. I mean, you want to take your points so I can get them, but you should want to try to find the fucking end zone here again. Tie this game up. Even though you shouldn't even be down, you should be tied, looking to take a lead. 2nd and 8, they go deep. Down the middle, it's caught. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin's back from getting speared earlier. Touchdown Steelers. That's 2 passing touchdowns from Russell Wilson. 1 to Pickens, now 1 to Austin. Give me a hell yeah, and crack a cold one. Steelers are an extra point away from a tie game at 14. Here we go. Defense needs to stop, though. Defense needs to get another stop.
And you read the man coverage, and one of the things in the scouting report, they know Mike Hilton well. Played so well for them in Pittsburgh for a number of years. But right now,
That's a catch and a touchdown if I've ever seen it. So, Boswell on to attempt the PAT. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. 14-14 with 14:56 to play in the first half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. 2-minute warning coming up. But right now, this is probably the best game on at 1 o'clock. The Texans are up 3-0 at the Jags. Pats leading Indy 9-7. Atlanta 7-6 on the Chargers. Tied at 3 with the Cards and Vikings. And then a couple blowouts. Jets up 14-0 at home against the Seattle Seahawks. And the Skins are up 3 scores, 21-0 on the Tennessee Titans. Those are your 1 o'clock games and scores. Back from break, 14-14 here, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Steelers on a kickoff. So Boswell to boom it away. And we'll have a touchback. So 1st and 10, Cincy from the 30. Defense needs to stop. They can't just drive and score and then give up a score. They got to get a stop. They got to get in control of this game. They should have a lead, not tied, but it is what it is after the interception with the no call and the penalty. But here we go. From the 30, 1st and 10, Cincinnati. And quick bubble screen complete. Jamar Chase, missed tackle. And then Patrick Queen pushes him out of bounds. Be second about 3. Out of the pistol, they'll run Brown. What can he do for you? Well, he gets a big first down for the Bengals again out past midfield. Remember, he had a big first down run and then a bigger run for 40 yards, which we thought was a touchdown, but he was down. And he still ran it in another play later anyway, touchdown. So, first down run for him there, and they got a 1st and 10 at midfield. 14 apiece here. And Burrow looking to throw. Going deep, far side. Oh, come on. They're going to get Joey Porter for a pass interference. You're going to call a pass interference on that when you're not going to call a penalty on the personal foul, hands to the face, on the interception that Pittsburgh threw because they fucking drugged the receiver to the ground and then it was picked off in return for a touchdown. You're going to call that bullshit? I mean, come on. Joey Porter gets called on the penalty. Where's his dad at? Let's get him on the field. Whether you're from a player when they were in Cincinnati in the playoffs and Burfict blew up Brown and AB was never the same. But then Joey Porter's coaching and fighting other players. I mean, come on. Call the fucking penalties down the middle. 1st and 10. Burrow pass over the middle, high, incomplete, 10 for Higgins. And, well, see, that was the same fucking thing they just did on the previous play. You called a penalty on the first one. Why not call a penalty on that one? You know, because the first one wasn't a fucking penalty because they knew they weren't calling it again there. So it's incomplete. Tipped. It might have been picked off, but nobody else was there, so it falls incomplete. And 2nd and 10. I mean, Jesus Christ, damn zebras. We're in the jungle, yeah, but it's Steelers, Bengals. You don't control this game like you always try to. Burrow slides, it'll be 3rd and short. So 3rd and 2. And it's caught. First down. Good God.
So good drive here from Cincinnati. They pick up 6. NFL Today update. Thank you, Coach. Tied at 14 apiece. Steelers and Bengals. Cincinnati is driving at first down now at the 30. 6 of 8 for 30.
So from the 30, 1st and 10, as they're knocking on the door. Dump off Peyton Wilson with a nice open field tackle. He's 2nd and about 7.
What's expected in this game coming in is that Pittsburgh would have a pretty decent chance of driving along in Cincinnati's defense, which is scrubbing all year long. The key to this is Pittsburgh's terrific defense. How do they slow down Burrow and can they get a stop or two that's crucial in this game, other than the first series of the game? Cincinnati offense is going to get out of gear.
They forced a turnover. Plus 13 turnover differential coming in. Steelers.
Pressure up the middle. Queen almost got to him. Pass incomplete. Almost picked off by Wilson. Flag on the play. What the hell is that going to be? It's going to be a hold. 10 yards. Replay it down. So it's going to be 2nd long. 2nd and 18.
So TJ Watt has not had the normal sack numbers over the last 2 to 3 weeks. It feels like that side Terrell Austin, their defensive coordinator, giving him a chance to try and find other places. And right there is Drew Sanford with the hold and a nice takedown pass being the linebacker.
2nd and 16 officially. 2nd and 16.
Going to get activated because anywhere he goes, people are going to try and double him. And also you're telling everyone else across that front, he's getting doubles. That's your opportunity to get home because
Chase in motion. And over the middle, caught. Gesicki, big first down. And inside the red zone they go.
It's Gesicki. 18 yards, first down.
And Orlando Brown Jr. did such a good job on the left side. We see Gesicki, who froze Patrick Queen, loved the matchup when he saw it one-on-one. Joe Burrow loved the matchup. Gesicki often is like a wide receiver.
Maybe a false start. 62's eligible, I think.
But Burrow sees the one-on-one with Gesicki against Queen. Loves the matchup.
So 1st and 10 from the 18. Watch a play action. Yep, fake the run, roll out. And Burrow gets fucking drilled. And then they're going to get a penalty in the end zone, so it's going to be spotted at the fucking 1. It's going to be a defensive hold, defensive pass interference, but Burrow got fucking decked. They say pass interference on Joey Porter.
He didn't see the ball coming. He just sees Joseph, and he just goes for him instead of finding the football and a ball that probably.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'll live with that one. I'm not liking the other ones, though, but I'll live with that one. And now 94 is eligible, so they got a fucking defensive lineman in there. He's going to lower the boom or he's going to catch the ball. So watch a play action. And they'll run it out of the eye. Cam Hayward just boom. Hello. See you later. Sit your ass down. Cam Hayward back in the same state he plays college football. Former Buckeye. They lost yesterday. Go Blue. We are Penn State. Lions with the win then in the Big Ten title game. Playing Oregon next Saturday night. 2nd goal from the 4. Gesicki in motion. We are, but they're going to call a timeout. Play clock winding down. 9:58 to play in the first half. It'll be second and goal from the 4.
Stops the clock with 9:58 remaining in this first half. Joe Burrow, we spoke with him. He said the response from the team, just excited to get back out there. He believes the team practices really hard. They don't change their approach at all. They just maybe need some of that Kansas City Chiefs league.
It is interesting because he says that sometimes you think, okay, guys,
So we'll see if they draw now after the penalty. Defense needs to stop it. I mean, force them to a field goal if you can. If you have a touchdown, well, you got to cut it or respond to the touchdown on your own. And it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it turns into a shootout. So the second goal here from the 4. Burrow getting pressured, going to step up, throws it, caught, touchdown, Jamar Chase. (20-14). Pittsburgh can get the ball back here with plenty of time to do what they want before halftime, get the ball back. Begin the second half, but it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's going to go back to the missed call on whether you want to say pass interference, hands to the face, you know, personal violence, personal conduct, you know, whatever. It was a clear-cut penalty miss with him being drugged to the ground, and then they pick it off and return it. That's the difference in this game and a 7-point lead, unless we'd be still just tied at 14 because we're getting the ball back, looking to tack on. But that's why the defense needs to get a stop, needs to get a turnover themselves to even that out if they can, but they, well, shit, can't. Cincinnati has a pick 6 and then 2 offensive touchdowns, just like, you know, Pittsburgh does. And Pittsburgh's 2 touchdowns are both by Russell Wilson because they really don't have a running game. He has a passing touchdown to Pickens and Calvin Austin, but Cincy, they have a rushing touchdown because they have a running game. And then, you know, Burrow with the passing touchdown there, obviously the pick 6. But then with a lead and a running game, second half, they're going to run the ball and work clock, and Pittsburgh's going to be in trouble if they, you know, don't keep up. So, just frustrating. So, offense, well, now it's your turn again. So, leave it at that.
Discover is accepted in 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all.
Steelers on the return, and they'll set up shop 1st and 10 at the 32.
This holiday season, let Macy's be your guide to the best gifts for everyone on your list. Need a last-minute gift? Done. Hosting the big family get-together? Check. Need something to wear to the office holiday party? You're covered. Download the Macy's gift guide on screen code now for all things holiday.
I love that. That's everything that I need to do.
So that's for you.
Thank you. So I get it done. But look at this 21-14 first trip possession for Pittsburgh. The interception that really could have been a penalty. Touchdown. So it's a shootout type game. But it tells you off the top that Cincinnati favors a shootout.
So 1st and 10 Steelers here from the 32-yard line. And down the middle, caught Patterson. Big first down. There you go. Use him in the fucking pass game. I've been saying this all year.
We just saw Joe Burrow with a jump
And it took him till December with the 1st to figure it out.
Russell Wilson gave us a little mini jump pass.
Just a simple cross throw over the middle, and they're picking on former Steeler Mike Hilton, who's playing DB for the Bengals. Did have a pick 6 against them a couple years ago right after Thanksgiving, and hey, well, history just repeated itself earlier. Another pick 6, But 1st and 10 here from the 49. Russ up under center, going to hand off. Najee Harris back in. Will hit the hole and go for about 9 yards. 2nd and short. Late penalty comes in from the secondary. We're going to get a face mask. And Najee like, hey, yes, thank you. That's the penalty. He fucking called it. That's going to be a meme. Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15 yards, 1st down. Let's go. Yeah, clearly. He almost ripped his fucking helmet off again. Goddamn time to throw a fucking penalty. From the 25, 1st and 10. Dump off. Najee Harris inside the Bengal red zone now. 2nd down, about 4 coming up.
So bounce back for 6 yards. Davis Gaither got in there. Cincinnati, no Logan Wilson today. We talked to Tremaine Pratt about that. He said it's tough to lose him. He always gets us in the right position. He's the main communicator, so Pratt takes over in that department. It means more sacks for others. Davis Gaither. Hachi has not been a part of it so far.
So 2nd and 4, but a penalty and a false start, so make it 2nd and 9.
Those are things Pittsburgh has to avoid. They've got good drives going in this ball game. Their rhythm on offense has been excellent throughout this one, and I really think that Russell Wilson is playing the most in-control first half. And what took over Smith wanted from him as offensive coordinator. Take what they're going to give you. Make good decisions. Get the ball to people, even if it's short passes. Let them work on the football.
2nd and 9 from the 25. And they'll hand off Harris up the middle. And he'll get to the 20 and get the penalty yards back. So 3rd down. But another late penalty, and it's coming from the secondary again.
4 against Cincinnati. Sean Hockley is 7 years a referee, entered the league back in 2014. Played football at Pittsburgh College, California. Yes.
So after the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. Thank you. Be half the distance, 1st down. Well, is it going to be 1st and 10 or is it going to be 1st and goal? It's 1st and 10. You got 8 shots to punch it in. 1st and goal, you got 4. It'll be 1st and goal, Pittsburgh. Where's the ball at, though? From the 10. 1st and goal, Steelers from the 10-yard line. Jefferson in motion. Russ in the gun, going to toss. Najee Harris, far side, going to cut back in. He walks in, touchdown, Pittsburgh. And we're another extra point away from another tie game at 21. So they are striking while the iron's hot, able to respond, and it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now they get in on a rushing touchdown. Still, the difference in this game, unless Pittsburgh would have a lead, is the pick six. We're tied at 21 with 7:19 to play in the first half. Cincy going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. Hopefully the Steeler defense get a stop, get the ball back with their 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning to, get something before halftime, and then get the ball back to begin the second half and do something then too. So we'll see. But, that's where we stand, 21-21. Update some stats as the coaching carousel is starting to spin in the world of football. Obviously, a couple firings in the NFL thus far. But now that the regular season in college football is over, officially, to this point, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, December 1st, these are your openings in college football for head coaching gigs. Ball State, Central Michigan, Charlotte, East Carolina, Florida Atlantic, Fresno State, Kennesaw State, North Carolina, Purdue, Rice, Southern Miss, Temple, Tulsa, UCF, UMass, and Utah State. Utah State's been open. Don Brown got fired at UMass again. Gus Malzahn just pulled a Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly left UCLA last year to go to Ohio State to become the offense coordinator. Gus Malzahn's leaving UCF to go become the offense coordinator at Florida State. Temple and Tulsa made moves, as did Southern Miss, as mentioned. Rice, Purdue fired Ryan Walters as they finished 1-11. Only win was week 1 back in August. It's December. Mac Brown fired at North Carolina. And then that's where Arthur Smith comes into play, being an alumni. And talked to him the other day after the move was made, but he has told the Tar Heels no. Kennesaw State, Fresno State, FAU fired Tom Herman, ECU and Charlotte, and then the MAC, as mentioned, Central Michigan, Ball State. So we'll see what else opens up. But that's the news in that regard right now. Steelers on the kickoff. We're tied at 21. Russell Wilson has 2 passing touchdowns. Najee Harris has a rushing touchdown. Difference still is the pick 6 unless Pittsburgh have a lead. Kickoff return to about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Bengals. So Burrow getting the ball back here. He's 9 of 11, 73 yards. And the touchdown to Jamar Chase, who has 3 catches, 24 yards. Gesicki, the same stat line, minus a touchdown. Chase Brown has 5 carries, 50 yards, and the rushing touchdown. Russell Wilson, though, 14 of 17, a $169. Yeah, has the pick 6, unless Pittsburgh would have a lead. But 2 passing touchdowns, 1 to Pickens, 1 to Austin, and then Najee Harris, as Cincinnati runs it for about 4 yards up the middle. Be 2nd down and 6. Elliott and Hayward on the tackle. Ross 17 of 14, a $169, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, the pick that Cincinnati returned for a touchdown. That's the difference unless Pittsburgh have a lead. The 2 passing touchdowns to Pickens and Austin. Pickens 2 of 38 in the score. Austin 1 of 23 in the score. But Najee Harris has 5 catches, 51 yards receiving, along with his 5 carries, 31 yards rushing, and the rushing touchdown to tie it at 31. So 2nd and 6 from the 42. And pass high, caught with a big hit, and no penalty. They're booing because they want a penalty, but they didn't call shit like that, earlier. So they're letting him play. Yeah, Elliott with a big hit. And that's not helmet to helmet. That's chest to chest. That's a good no call. But it's still caught in a first down, 1st and 10. And far side caught, missed tackle, but he's down right there at the 38. There's been a couple questionable penalties that they didn't call, or if they called them, okay, still questionable. But then there's been a couple that, yeah, okay, they're penalties, you live with them, you just play on. So it's tense now. It's going to get worse in the second half if this game still is as close as it is being a tie game. That's a false start. Handoff, first down. They're in field goal range, but obviously we know McPherson has missed a few this year. Boswell just missed his first kick last week. Wide right from 50 plus in a windy snowstorm. But 1st and 10 here. But it's been all touchdowns. Obviously the extra points, but it's been all touchdowns. No field goals by their team. And pressure. TJ Watt with a strip sack. Pittsburgh has it. Pittsburgh has it. First down. Preston Smith on the recovery. Former Packer. TJ Watt. Turned down for Watt. Burrow was looking to avoid the sack, rolled out, looking to run, throw it, but TJ from behind. Burrow never saw him. He thought he was getting blocked, and then rather than just sack his ass, since he's carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, I'm just going to punch it out. It's on the ground. There's your turnover the defense needed. Now let's go fucking even the score and go take a lead. And they're still going to be down 7. Then you can control this game. They got to score off this turnover because Cincy scored off of your turnover. I'll take a field goal, but I'd like a touchdown to really just even it out at 7. And then you have the other touchdowns offensively on both sides. And then you're sitting at where you're at. So, strip sack by TJ Watt. It looked like one of the DBs, along with one of the D linemen, was there to initially recover it, but they couldn't. And then Preston Smith, who they traded for with the Green Bay Packers back at the trade deadline, he's been making plays, let me tell you. Washington game against his former team, because he's a former Redskin, before he went to Green Bay. Had a big play against them Veterans Day weekend. Had a big tackle as well against Baltimore. Played well last week against Cleveland, and then he gets the fumble recovery here. But all he did was, hey, ball, literally grabbed it with his right hand and just scooped it up. Like, he didn't fall on it when everybody else was trying to pick it up and run. It honestly might have been Peyton Wilson, 41. I'm going to have to see a replay of that. But it ended up being 91 Preston Smith on the recovery. But initially, they were just trying to get the ball, and they couldn't, and then he was there, and it's mine. And they get the fumble, they get the recovery, and it's Steeler ball, 1st and 10. We're tied at 21, 4:36 to play in the half. They got 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. Go drive and score here. Even it with the turnover from the pick 6 from earlier. Get a lead. Get in front as you should be now as it is, but get in front. Here's a replay of it. We're coming back from break. But most forced fumbles in Steeler history, since 91, he has 32, tied with James Harrison, which is just one behind Lloyd. Yeah, Preston Smith had the recovery, and it's going to be Pittsburgh ball 1st and 10 at the 39. But remember, Pittsburgh gets the ball back to begin the second half as well. Dump off on the screen near side. Jalen Warren going to bulldoze his way forward and get a first down and then some out past midfield inside the 40 to 35 down to the 32. Boom, big play. Now they got a spark. They got momentum. You got to score off of it. You got to score off of this, man. You're in field goal range now. You should definitely be getting a field goal at least. But you'd love a touchdown. Just a simple screen. You know, and then a convoy, and just off to the races. Take a shot. Go deep. Take a fucking shot. Russ? What the fuck was that? That's incomplete. That's not a fumble. That's incomplete. But what the fuck was that? He sort of stumbled and then just underhanded it. And so they'll say incomplete, no intentional grounding, no fumble. All right. All right, run the football. You got a 2nd and 10 here. Get yourself something manageable on 3rd down. 3:46 to play in the half. It's 2nd and 10. Got 5 on the play clock. Good to go. Had a delay game earlier. Russ going to roll out near side. Wants to go deep again. And on a comeback, it's incomplete. And 10 for Pickens, so 3rd and 10. So now they get a big play after the fumble. From 1st and 10 to 2nd and 10, now go 3rd and 10. They're not going to be able to fucking do anything with it. Let alone work any clock off. At least they're in field goal range. And that's probably what the play call is going to be here. You got a 3rd and 10 from the 32. Yeah, run the football. Just kick it. They're going to throw it again. Just don't take a sack. Dump off Freiermuth, but he dropped it. Incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 32, and here comes Boswell. Wicked just came out. The Wizard of Boz. Damn near perfect this year. Lone miss was last week at Cleveland. It was wide right from 50 plus. 32-40. Or 32-42, excuse me, with the 10 yards in the end zone. This officially going to be from 50 yards. So from the right hash, 50-yard field goal for the Steelers to take a lead. Kicks up, and kick is going to be good. 24-21, 3:31 to play in the half. Bengals can get the ball back, but still -4 in the turnover with the point differential. Not the margin. It's evened at 1. And both teams got points off of turnovers. So Pittsburgh, because of that, they have a 3-point lead, but it really probably should be a 10-point lead. But they score off the turnover, and that's what matters. And they can get themselves a 3-point lead, defense playing hot, and just keep doing what they're doing defensively. They got to get to Burrow. They got to, get some pressure, stop the run for one, but cover, not shoot themselves in the foot with fucking penalties. And yeah, they just did something that doesn't mean you can allow them to do whatever they want to. You have a 3-point lead, force a field goal, tied at 24. You get the ball back, tack on to it. Like, at least you're going to be in control then in that regard now with, the turnover you got, and you scored off it as well. Touchdown would have been nice, but I'll take a field goal there. You have a lead, 24-21. So, yeah. Because remember, they're getting the ball back to the beginning of the second half. So, with a lead, maybe get another stop, force a kick rather than give them a touchdown, be down 4 at 28-24. You'd rather be up 3 a little on tied, and then a chance to go tack on to what you have to just get back on top, and have control. So, yeah, because then it's just back and forth the way the game's going. Whoever has the ball last might win this game. Let alone with the way Cincinnati's running the football, and Pittsburgh can't stop it, and they really don't have a running game themselves. 8 of 47 as a team, and a rushing touchdown. As Cincinnati has a rushing touchdown, yeah, but Pittsburgh with their 2 passing touchdowns, the Bengals with 1 apiece offensively, because remember, they have the pick 6. That's what ties in, like I said. Pittsburgh's up 3, but they should be up 10. But I'll take a 3-point lead over a tie game. So here we go. It's December. Time to unleash hell. AFC North in season is on Hard Knocks on HBO Max. And to check your local listings, it's supposed to be coming out very soon. It said early December. I don't know the exact date. I'm pretty sure it's going to be this week. 45 combined points today. Most in the first half in series history with these two teams. With the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Steelers lead the all-time series officially to 70-39. Pittsburgh swept Cincinnati last year, both home and away. And first meeting today in 2024. They'll meet again this season, but it'll be week 18, technically January 2025, after the New Year. Hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. We'll have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But here we go. Defense seems under stop. They got strip sack fumble. Was able to score off it, get a field goal. So that's why Steelers now have a 3-point 24-21 lead with 3:31 to play and a half. Bengals 2 timeouts. Steelers with 3. We'll have 2-minute warning coming up. See if the defense gets stopped. Offense maybe get the ball back, do something with it. But then the Steelers get the ball back to begin the second half. So just have to see what happens. Leave it at that. 1st and 10 Bengals. From the 30. Burrow in the gun. Brown to his right. Fake the give. Burrow over the middle caught Jamar Chase. And about a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4.
So we talked a little bit about this. This year, the first 4 possession for Cincinnati. Also benefiting from the pick 6 from Cam Taylor-Britt.
Joey Porter Jr., number 24, right,
Has gone record number 5. T. Higgins has gone. Higgins is off the field. Chase is off the field. This Porter going ahead does not appear to. Looks like Cam said. Much more vicinity here with Chase.
So 2nd and 4. And they'll run it. And no, he's short. 3rd and a yard. Nice tackle. Well, the timeout. Steelers timeout with 2:12 to play. Be a 3rd and a yard coming up for the Bengals. Probably a good timeout. Make sure you're set, but then, call it before the 2-minute warning. Technically, if you get a stop, then that 3rd timeout of yours would be the 2-minute warning. And then you get the ball back with 2 timeouts, under 2 minutes to play, to go do something before halftime. Whether that's another field goal, whether that's a touchdown, 27, 31, 21. And then you get the ball back to begin the second half, you're in a good spot then with everything that's gone on this first half, because then you're in control. So, 3rd and a yard. And roll out. Burrow pump fakes. Chased, and he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. 4th down. Still 2:05 to play. So Pittsburgh's going to get the ball back still before the 2-minute warning. Technically, it'll be right at 2 minutes after this punt. Just don't jump off sides. No penalties in general. Don't rough. Don't run the punter. Just nothing stupid. No muffed punt either. Just get the ball back with about 2 minutes here, 2 timeouts, and a chance to go do something before halftime. They're actually going to go for it. And they're going to sneak it, but Pittsburgh jumps off sides. God damn it. And they say false start. False start. Back them up, 4th and 6. False start on the Bengals. Yeah, on the right guard, he completely stood up. And then they say offside. So false start, 4th and 6. Guess what? They're going to have to punt now for sure. Still don't jump off sides. Still don't run or rough into the punter. Don't muff the punt. Just get the ball back with about 2 minutes here, 2 timeouts, and a chance to go do something before halftime. Well, these fucking refs have been shit all game, so it's on both sides of it. It doesn't matter. Just play through it. Maybe block the punt? No. And it's going to take a bounce inside the 20 and out of bounds, about the 18. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. Up 3, 24-21. Minute 56 to play in the half. 2 timeouts. Go do something before halftime. Go get a field goal. Go get a touchdown. Be 27-31-21. Just don't turn it over. Because this Cincinnati defense is going to be pissed off now after that call. They've been making hits all game as it is. It's been a good game on both sides. The refs are just calling what they're calling. So it is what it is. You play through it. But yeah. If they can double dip here, get a 2-for-1, score before halftime, score again early third quarter, you're putting the pressure on them in the second half. And if you can get a run game going, work clock, you're going to be fine. Just nothing stupid. Don't be turning the ball over. Don't be turning the ball over here. Russ, 15-21, a $198 with the 2 touchdowns. Yeah, the pick 6 still. But they got to get Naj going. 5-31. Does have a rushing touchdown. But he's done most of his damage today in the receiving game with officially 5 catches, 51 yards. So the screen game's there. The middle is there. They really haven't gone deep. They did go down the middle on the Austin touchdown, but here, you're going to have to go the distance. 1st and 10 from about the 18, 19, 20 yard line to begin this drive. Run the football with your 2 timeouts, maybe work some clock, but minute 56 to go. You just want to do what you can. If you can't do anything, make sure they don't have any time to do anything themselves in at that rate. But get the tight ends involved. Fryermuth, Washington. They've gone to Pickens, yes, but from trading for Preston Smith, he's had more of an impact than Mike Williams had. Even though Williams did have the game-winning touchdown against Washington. That's still been his only catch as a Steeler. They got to get him going. They've been targeted Van Jefferson, but nothing. And obviously Austin has the touchdown. Similar play as it was last week, too, but just move the ball. First downs, get a drive going. Just go fucking score. There's Fryermuth for you, 8 yards. Be second and short. Second and a long 2. Out of the gun. Working some clock. Run a draw with Warren up the middle. They get a first down out past the 30 to 32, 33 yard line, depending on the spot. Still got 2 timeouts. Obviously, get the hell out of bounds if it comes down to it. Stop the clock. But like I said, you're going to work some clock, not much. Because if you don't do anything, you want to make sure they can't do anything themselves. Russ caught Frymuth. Let's say, run the football and get the tight ends involved. 3 plays, that's exactly what they've done. 2nd down, and they're towards midfield now. Ball at the 40. Another 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 3. Empty set 5 wide, under a minute to play in the first half. Got 2 timeouts. Russ going to roll out near side and throws it. Caught Frymuth again. There you go. And no, you don't want the clock. You got out of bounds. That's a 1st down. Clock's going to stop with 46 seconds. Boswell's getting his shoelaces tied on his cleats and getting warmed up. But if you can score a fucking touchdown, score a touchdown. Comes down to it, you got to kick a field goal, kick a field goal. 6-point lead is better than a 3-point lead, but a 10-point lead that you should already have is better than a 3-point lead now as it is. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 42. Knocking on the door. Russ over the far side, complete Calvin Austin. Now they'll wind the clock. He takes another big shot. Timeout, 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 timeout. Yeah, 38 seconds. 2nd down and what, 5, 4. Yeah, Austin's been taking some shots today. Just, good God. That's a hit. That's clean. I'm not bitching that's, all no call and pound. No, that's a fucking tackle. He's fine. So 2nd and 4. Ball at the 36, so 38 seconds, 2nd and 4 and a timeout. Got to get out of bounds. You don't want to burn that last timeout unless you have to before you kick it. If you have to kick it. Dump off. Wilson to Warren. Gets a 1st down. Gets a 1st down. They'll wind the clock. But move the sticks. Be 1st and 10, 30. Clock it. Spike it. Clock it. Yes. They're going to run a play with 20 seconds. They will snap it. All right. Another dump off over the middle. It's there. It's been there all game. Warren, 1st down to the 14. 10 seconds. They're going to... 8 seconds. Call timeout. Don't fucking pull a Chicago Bear on Thanksgiving. Now they're going to call a timeout in 3 seconds rather than get a fucking snap off. All right, whatever. At least they called it. They're going to kick it now. At least you don't turn it over there. Yeah. Just is what it is. At least they just didn't run a play and get nothing out of it. They're going to call a timeout and kick it. And Pittsburgh's going to have momentum going into halftime and get the ball back to begin the 2nd half. So it's 1st and 10 technically, but here are the Steelers, because it's the end of the half with 3 seconds to go, are going to kick a 34-yard field goal to go up 6 going into halftime. And the kick's up and good. Steelers lead the Bengals 27-21 at the half, and they get the ball back to begin the 2nd half. So now the lead, especially on the road, you're going to want to run the football and work clock. But the middle of the field's open. Dump offs on screens. Dump off on screens. Just check downs. Take a shot every once in a while, but run the football. Make stops on defense. They really should be up not 6, but 2 scores. Not even at 10, but at 13. Because of the pick 6, but I'll live with it for the time being. I'll let you really know how I feel about it, as I already did, but when this game's over, if it's a difference in this game or not. So, all right, 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals offensively. You got 3 points off of a fumble. You got 3 points by getting the ball back with 2 minutes to play in the half. and you lead by 6. Along with, the pick 6 earlier. Cincy, all they have offensively than to show for is the passing touchdown to Chase and the big rushing touchdown that he was brought down at the 1, but they still punched in a play later, Chase Brown. So, just keep doing what they're doing. They got to get a running game going, though. Naj is 5 of 31 and a touchdown. And Patterson with Warren behind them. 3 of 16 and 1 of 6. But these backs are doing more damage, even though Naj has the rushing touchdown on 5 carries, 31 yards. Both Harris and Warren are doing their damage in the receiving game today. As Russ at halftime, with the Steelers getting the ball back to begin the second half. Russell Wilson at the half, as the Steelers lead 27-21. He's 21-27. With 257 yards passing. Does have the pick 6. Cincinnati doesn't have that. They have 14 points. Pittsburgh's up 13 right now. But the 2 passing touchdowns, one to Pickens from 17 yards out and the other to Austin from 23. And then Harris, 5 of 31 in the touchdown. Patterson, 3 of 16 on the ground. Had a big catch for 20 yards as well. He has 3 catches, 37 yards overall. And then Warren, 1 of 6 on the ground, but as Warren is 3 of 49 receiving, Patterson 3 of 37 receiving. Najee Harris leads the team in receiving right now with 5 catches, 51 yards. I mean, they're dishing it out to everybody. Here's some Thanksgiving helping with these stats. Russell Wilson, 21 of 27, 257, 2 touchdowns and interception. On the pick 6, Harris 5 carries, 31 yards and a rushing touchdown. Patterson 3 of 16, Warren 1 of 6. Harris has 5 catches, 51 yards. Warren has 3 catches, 49 yards. Freiermuth 5 of 43. Pickens with 2 catches, 38 yards and a 17-yard touchdown. Patterson 3 of 37. Austin has 2 catches, 29 yards and a 23-yard touchdown. Darnell Washington had a big catch for 10 yards. They've targeted Van Jefferson, but nothing. Obviously, still nothing to Mike Williams. But Preston Smith, who they also traded for, he had the fumble recovery. Deshaun Elliott defensively has 8 total tackles. They have 1 sack. It's T.J. Watt. It's a strip sack that Smith recovered. 2 tackles for loss. Or 3 tackles for loss, 2 by T.J. and 1 by Cam Hayward on that goal to go. Before they ended up scoring on the Chase touchdown. Jamar Chase touchdown, that is. Chase Brown, the running back. But then Boswell, as the Steelers lead by 6, he has 9 points. 3 of 3 on his extra points and 2 for 2 on field goals from 50 and 34 respectively. As the Steelers are up 1 score, 6 points, 27-21 at the half. Should be 2 scores, not at 10, but at 13 if you take the pick 6 away. Because of the missed penalty. The refs are calling the game they are. It is what it is. On both sides, for that matter. There's been penalties that have been called. There's been penalties that shouldn't have been called. And there's been missed penalties. It just is what it is. You play through it. Joe Burrow, 12 of 15, 100 yards. And a touchdown, sacked once and a strip sack. And Pittsburgh got 3 points off of that. Got 3 points by getting the ball back with 2 minutes to play as well. Kicked the field goal just prior to halftime. Steelers getting the ball back to begin the second half as well. 27-21. Steelers lead the Bengals 30 minutes in with 30 minutes to play. Chase Brown has 8 carries, 61 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Jamar Chase has 4 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Gesicki behind him with 2 for 24. And McPherson, 3 of 3 on his extra points. Overall team stats, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati here, first downs, 12 to 18, 18 to 12. Pittsburgh's, both teams are 2 of 4 on third down. Steelers have ran 10 more plays. They have over 300 total yards in the first half. Jesus fucking Christ. Most in a first half passing for the Steelers offense today with 257 since 2007. That was the 75th anniversary of the Steelers. Mike Tomlin's first year at the helm, taking over for Bill Cowher, who's in studio with CBS on the NFL Today. And that would have been Ben Roethlisberger, who's going to be going into Canton here within the next couple years. Has Russ now on his third team, comes in after Kenny Pickett, who took over for Ben, and trying to rejuvenate his career. Steelers up 6 with one more total drive. I mean, it's sort of because of the strip sack fumble. I mean, obviously the turnovers are one apiece. We've had 11 total penalties, but the turnovers, one apiece. Bengals got 7 off the pick 6. Steelers get 3 off the strip sack fumble. You would have loved to have had a touchdown there, because it was 28 and then it's 31 with the other field goal. You're still up 10. It's 2 scores. They should be up 2 scores now as it is, but it is what it is. They have more passing compared to Cincinnati, but Cincinnati has more rushing, but not by much. Only 30 yards compared to the Steelers. That's the thing with the Steelers now on the road in the second half of the lead. Run the goddamn ball. They're 2 of 3 in the red zone, so they've been able to punch in and score touchdowns. Don't have to settle for fucking field goals all the damn time. Cincy 2 of 2 in the red zone. 11 total penalties. Cincinnati was 6 of, we'll say 66, but it's 67. Pittsburgh going to send the Bengals to hell. They're already in the jungle after losing the dog pound. Hopefully, can find a way to win here today. 5 of 48. About almost 2 minutes in time possession going their way. 15:55 to 14:05. Getting the ball back at the beginning of the second half. Just keep doing what they're doing. Just nothing stupid. Don't be shooting yourselves in the foot. The refs are going to call the penalties. They're calling. It is what it is. You play through it. And that's why I said, if the Bengals are playing this type of game, well, you need to be playing that type of game too. Because if they're getting away with it, well, you probably will too at that rate. Like I said, with the penalties, though, there's been some good calls. There's been some bad calls. There's been some missed calls. It just is what it is. You just play through it. You can't let them try to control the game. You got to play your game. And that's, especially with the lead on the road, they got to get a running game going. They have, as a team, 9 carries, 53 yards rushing, and the touchdown. And Nosh has 5 of those 9 carries, 31 yards, and the touchdown. But the backs, once again, have done their damage in the receiving game, in screens and checkdowns over the middle, because the middle of the field is wide open. That's how Austin scored his touchdown, down the middle in the end zone. Would like them, to probably take a deep shot down the far side or to the near side. Just take a shot at some point in time. But just don't turn it over, obviously. But they got to get a running game going. They have a lead. You want to run the football and work clock. You want to control this game now that you have a lead. So we'll see if they can do just that. From late second quarter there, they get the 6 points they got off the strip sack, and ball back about 2 minutes, get 2 field goals, have balance on offense for the most part. They've been consistent, been able to move the football. First downs here, first downs there. They've been able to move and score. But they have momentum. Going into halftime with a lead, you got to keep it on your side. They've had trouble doing that. As soon as they get it, they let it slip. As soon as they score, they give up something. They got to keep momentum on their side. You can't let this game continue to be a back and forth shootout as it was in the first half. You got to control this game, slow it down, and run the football and work clock and just get the hell out with a win. All right? And then pay back next week on the Browns and the game you probably should have won a week and a half ago. But they're 8-3, still atop the AFC North. Just find a way to win this game. Cincinnati's This has just been their season. They're 4-7, been a lot of close games. Probably should have a few more wins because they are better than what the record says they are. No doubt about it. But now's your time to put it to them. This game in the second half is going to get chippy. Believe me, it's going to get chippy. It already is. And the refs are trying to not necessarily control it with all the penalties, but they're trying to, with this call or that call, whether it's a makeup call or not, just they're doing what they're doing, you know. So defense needs stops. You just can't allow them to do what they want. So yeah, we'll see what Pittsburgh does here to begin the second half. We'll see if they can, hey, go kick another field goal. It's a 9-point game. It's 2 scores. You know? They just got to control the second half. If they can run the football and work clock and do just that, they'll be fine. Just no penalties, no turnovers. All right? Looks like we're going to be coming back from halftime here. So we'll update some scores around the league this week 13, and we'll preview week 14 momentarily. But yeah, go kick a field goal on this opening drive. Why the hell not? You just kicked 2 of them back to back before halftime, and you got a 6-point lead now. Go kick a third one for, third time to charm and go up 9. That's 2 scores. Touchdown though, you go up even more at 2 scores at 34-21. That's 13 points. It should already be a 13-point game now as it is, 27-14, but because of the pick 6, since he does have the 21 they have with the 2 touchdowns offensively. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, all right? Just go out and take care of business. Get out healthy and get back with a win. So they're showing off some highlights from the first half, but yeah, just they got to control this second half by running the football and working clock. Let Russ cook. Let him cook. But just nothing stupid, all right? That's why I said the defense still going to need stops. Exactly. So, Steelers defense going to be on the sideline for the time being because the offense will get the ball to begin the second half. How about a kickoff return? McPherson kicks it deep, and we'll have a touchback. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 30-yard line. Mike Tomlin interview coming out of the tunnel to enter the second half. What's worked well? Yeah, not much. They're just finding ways. Challenge, you got to be better, yeah. Yeah, they've been able to finish. They've been able to punch it in and score. They got to keep it up, though. They just can't hold this, Michael Pruitt in motion. Russ looking to throw down the middle. And Pruitt on the reception. Penalty in the secondary. In the meantime, it's going to be a first down. Pittsburgh at the 48-yard line. We'll see what the dirty laundry is, though. Got a defensive hold. Penalties decline. First down. Now I run the football. Control this clock. Control the second half. And it starts up front with a line of scrimmage. Pruitt in motion, Ben Skoranek in motion. They toss far side, get a couple blocks, and Harris gets to midfield, second down, and about 8. Probably as consistent as they've looked in quite a while. But they got to keep it up. They can't just not do anything now. They got to keep pounding. 2nd and 8. With Freiermuth in motion near side. And Russ up under center. Going to drop back. Going deep near side. Pickens in the breadbasket down at the 15. There you go. First down. There's the deep shot down the sideline I was talking about at halftime that I would like him to throw. And it'll be 1st and 10 around the 15 or so. There you go. Now run the football, but hey, oh shit, another fucking penalty. Who would have thought that? But go the middle. The middle's there too. So, penalty on the play. It's a first down. After the play, got another unsportsmanlike conduct on Pickens. And that's his second, so he's going to be gone. Oh, no, okay. It's not the type of penalty for DQ, but it's still an unsportsmanlike conduct when you're supposed to get 2 of them, or if you do get 2 of them, you're thrown. So luckily he didn't get fucking thrown out there. But he's got to keep his cool. He's got to keep his cool. How about not point at all? Just fucking catch the ball, give it to the ref, and get in the huddle and line up for the next play. You want to celebrate on the fucking sideline. Celebrate in the locker room. Celebrate in the fucking plane ride home. 1st and 10 from the 28. Pruitt in motion again. With another Skoranek in motion, they toss again far side. They literally just ran that same play a couple plays ago to midfield, and then they went deep, but this is a tackle for loss. So 2nd and long, 2nd and 13. So from the 31, yeah, when they should be inside the fucking red zone. Russ going to roll out near side. Going to tuck it and run. And he runs out on a 5-yard pickup. So 3rd and 8. So they are in field goal range. And they got to settle for 3. Okay, take it. You know, you kick it. It's good. You're up 9. That's 2 scores. You'd love a touchdown, though. 3rd and 8. Empty set, 5 wide. Warren going to motion back in. Maybe run a screen. Play clock winding down. Timeout, timeout. So they're first. They'll have 2 left. 12:07 to play in the 3rd. With a 6-point, 27-21 lead. We're going to take a break or stick with it? No, stick with it. All right. Well, they're 8-3. They should be fucking 9-2, let alone 10-1, let alone undefeated, for God's sakes. They have 3 one-score losses. And it was because of turnovers and a missed fucking field goal. So 3rd and 8. We'll see the draw up here after the timeout as play clock was winding down. And be an empty set. Unless they're going to motion Warren back into the backfield just like they did. And they'll do the same fucking routine on the play call. Work the middle of the field. It's there. It's been there all game. Russ going to step up, avoid a sack, dump it off. Warren. All right, he gets a couple yards, 3 yards. So it's going to be a little shorter on a field goal attempt. But with a make, it's a 9-point game, 30-21. It's 2 scores. And then Pittsburgh's in control in the second half. If the defense continue to make stops. And then Pittsburgh can run the football and work clock. So what are they at? $25, $35, yeah, 42, 43 yarder. Of course, it's fucking blocked. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So it's Boswell's only second miss of the season. Missed last week and missed today. On a wide right, 50-plus yarder in the wind and snow, and then a blocked kick. From what, 42, 43 yards? So go up 9, so it's still 6. So the defense needs to stop. Man, that one hurts. That one sucks right there. You can't give up anything other than, field goal. Next nothing would be, awesome. Because you give a touchdown, you're down 1. And then it's going to circle back around to guess what? The pick 6. Man. Let alone you only get a field goal out of their turnover. Or else you'd already be up 2 scores. So... All right, here we go. Yeah. Still going to be a nail-biter to the end, which is no surprise. Typical Steeler game, down to the wire finish. Need to stop. What's new? So, I'll leave it at that. We'll see what happens. They got to stop the run. And they got to get pressure on Burrow and just cover better than they have. And they can't shoot themselves in the foot with penalties. So, just... yeah. There really isn't much else right now. It's just... like I said, one play at a time here. You just got to find a way to win it. Like, if they can get a quick 3 and out, that'd probably be the best thing for them right now. Get the hell off the field. Offense gets the ball back. Go drives and, attempt another field goal. Score another touchdown. Just... 6 is a 6-point lead, yeah. But 9's a little bit more comfortable because 2 scores. But alone, 13, 14. So, yeah. Come on, defense. It's a good stop. Handoff on a draw. Patrick Queen first to meet him. Be 2nd and 8. Yeah, Pittsburgh's good on special teams. You have made extra points, made field goals. Obviously, in the NFL this year, there's not really much in the return game, but they did return a punt return against the Giants. Nothing, kickoff-wise. But then they're the ones normally blocking field goals and blocking punts and so on and so forth. So, yeah, that one hurt. Especially when he could have went up 9. 10:45 and counting play in this third. 2nd and 7 officially for the Bengals. Cam Hayward gets to Burrow. Down he goes. They'll give him about a yard maybe. Maybe 2. Yeah, it should have been a sack. No gain on the play. But still All right, get the hell off the field. 3rd and 6. Just make a stop. Make a stop, get the ball back. And then offensively, work clock. Go drive and score. Field goal, touchdowns, 2 scores. They got to get themselves some breathing room, a little bit more comfortable lead. You don't want to get too comfortable, though. But Cincy's going to want to get this game into the 4th quarter. Pittsburgh wants to get this game to the end of the 4th quarter, get it over with. Screen, caught, Benton with the tackle, but he gets the first down. So first down, Cincinnati. Burrow took a shot, lost his fanny pack there, his hand warmer, but see if the defense can just make a play, make a stop. And out of the pistol. They'll run and draw. Missed tackle, and they finally wrap them up. 24 and 50, so Joey Porter and Orlando Roberts. Got an update. Like I said, we'll update some scores here in a minute. All these games now are officially into the 3rd quarter, and it looks like this game will probably be the last 1 o'clock game on, because everything else is mid to late, 3rd quarter. We just hit under 10 minutes, 8:40 now and counting the play, but 2nd and 8. Just hit 3 o'clock. Sack, down he goes. Cam Hayward once again. He's back in OHIO, probably pissed off the Buckeyes lost yesterday, but go blue and we are. And Cam Hayward now, a couple big plays today. 3rd down, 3rd and a mile. Just boom. Suplexed him as well. Luckily, I didn't call a penalty on that. But let's go. Let's keep hammering. 3rd and 16. Give me a hell yeah if they get off the field. Turnover would be nice. Empty set, false start on the left tackle. Back him up some more. 3rd and 21. Yep. 75. Yep. Well, see, that's the thing with the penalties. If it's a penalty, call it. If it's not, don't. 3rd and 21. Another empty set here. Just don't give up 22 yards. Over the middle. Oh, my fucking God. Pass over the middle, caught by T. Higgins, short of the marker, but he still got a couple yak yards and got a first down. How do you give up a first down on that? And KZ on the tackle. Jesus Christ, man. Good God. From the 38, 1st and 10. And a handoff, Chase Brown, but Ogunjobi to tackle him. 2nd down. Some pushing and shoving.
Roberts and Chase exchanging words. Queen was in there. Elliott and Chase pushing and shoving. That's what triggered this.
So 2nd and 9. Burrow's pass over the middle, caught. Gesicki first down to the 15. God damn it. So almost had him, and then you leave him off the hook. Now they're knocking on the door looking to cut the lead, let alone retake it.
Finding the open seam, and he sees it early, and immediately gets his eyes back to the quarterback. That's his way of saying, do you see what I see? And you see Burrow having to step up, let him clear into a better space, and then puts the ball right on the 8 and the 8.
3 catches, 34 yards for Gesicki. Cincinnati driving now to Pittsburgh 15-yard line.
First and 10 from the 15. Another pass complete. T. Higgins, he dropped it. But is it a catch and a fumble, and does Pittsburgh have it, or is it an incomplete? Let's see a replay, because Pittsburgh did get it. They do say incomplete, though, on the field, so Pittsburgh would have to challenge.
Coach Harrison had been very quiet the last few weeks. This was intentional. They got to let him know.
We saw that in a game that we had.
So 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion from the 15. Burrow looking to throw. Another over the middle complete to Gesicki. He caught it for about a 3-4 yard pickup. 3rd down at the 11. You doing, big dog? What's up, buddy? So 3rd and 6 under 5 to play in the 3rd. And Burrow all day to throw. Pump fakes, and then he gets sacked. Down he goes to the 22. TJ Watt came up with the ball. Is that a fumble? They say 4th and long. We'll see officially where they spot it and who gets credited with the sack, because it was a gang tackle. Watt, Smith, Benton. So here's Cincinnati attempting a field goal, their first of the afternoon. And it'll be a 38-yarder. Let's block this sucker. Kicks up and, just barely good. It hooked left there at the end. So 27-24, 3:53 to play in this 3rd quarter. Pittsburgh can get the ball back and hopefully get a run game going, work some clock. Touchdown would be nice right about now. A long touchdown drive for that matter. Go up 2 scores at 10. 13, excuse me. Because if you have to, no, it'd be 10. Yeah. Second guess myself there. You look at 27-24. I mean, if you got to settle for a field goal, all right, whatever. It gets back to the 6 it just was. But now with their field goal, if they didn't have the field goal, you score. Yeah, it's 13. But they do have the field goal now. It was good from what it was, distance-wise. Get a number on that. I can't remember from 5 seconds ago. Brain fart there for you. Anyways, just going a long touchdown drive. Field goal I'll take. Gets back to the 6 it was, but it's still 1 score then. You go drive and score a touchdown here. As my stomach's growling. Hungry for a win. But, yeah, you get up, 34-24. You don't go for 2, make it 11 points. You just keep it at 10. So, it's 2 scores then. You know what I mean? And then if you can get it into the 4th quarter like that, or it's already the 4th quarter. Once you do that, if you do that, pressure's on them to do something quick. And then you're getting stops on defense the way you are. So, it should be all right. But, first off, they got to go drive and score. Which they did, remember earlier, 3 times. Russ had 2 passing touchdowns, and Harris had a rushing touchdown. But then it's been field goals since. 3 of them total, 2 of them made, and then the last one was blocked. Because we'll think they had the blocked one. It's 9 at 30-21. They kick it. It's still 6 then right now, 30-24. You go drive and score. Field goal, you're up 9 again, 33-24. You go kick or score a touchdown, you're up then 2 scores even more. And 13, 14 points at 37, 38, 24. So, yeah. Bengals on the kickoff, and here we go. Steelers, let's go drive and score. It'll be a touchback on the kickoff.
Towards the center of the end zone.
One great pass rush spread from Cincinnati this year. Trey Hendrickson became the big leader in sacks in the NFL. They have Morgan's with a little bit of a hook there, but I felt they should chip him a little bit. Occupy him, see if he can ball down the field. Then you also occupy him by running screens to his side on the rush upfield and going in behind him. A lot of different ways of doing it. Also, Cincinnati's countered now by moving Trey Hendrickson from one side of the defensive front to the other. Have been rushing against
Just nothing stupid. Don't turn it over. 1st and 10. No penalties either. 1st and 10 from the 20. Jefferson in motion. Let's see if he can move on up. Get a couple catches here. Maybe Mike Williams as well. They'll toss far side. Harris. And he gets 2, maybe 3 yards, 2nd down.
Patterson, 3 carries for 16 yards. Warren just 1 carry for 6 yards. But Warren has 3 catches for 49 yards.
And a late whistle on 2nd and 7. We get 12 on defense. Yeah, 12 on defense. So 5 yards, it's 2nd down. 2nd and 2, not 2nd and 7. And they'll toss again far side. Harris, 1st down 30, 35, 40, 45. Cutting back near side, almost to midfield to the 48. And then Russ was running up the block for him too. 1st down, big run there by 22. Just toss, but there's a hole. I'm going to cut back, and I'm going to keep cutting and cutting and cutting. They like this fucking motion today with Van Jefferson. Mike Williams was doing it earlier too, but just a little eye candy. Pump fake on the screen. Russ going to step up and slide rather than take a sack. No gain on the play, though, I believe. Be 2nd and 10. All right, technically they say it goes down as a sack. I don't know how, but okay. 2nd and 10. And Russ down the middle, caught. Skoranek to the 30, 1st down Steelers. And he gets a catch now today too, along with everybody else who's made a couple grabs. The middle of the field is there. It is wide open. Come on down. First and 10, Pittsburgh from the 30. Williams in motion now. Let's get this fucking run game going. Let's get a second down to begin the fourth quarter. Harris. Well, all right. It'll be about a 15-second differential still. Probably a third down or first down to begin the second quarter. And Calvin Austin's now out with a head injury after he's been hit a few too many times today. Pretty good. But now it's like, all right, just get somebody the ball because everybody has a catch at least today, other than Mike Williams. Russ going to avoid a sack on 2nd and 5. Freiermuth down the middle. He walks in. Touchdown, Steelers. There you go. Touchdown. Back to, now it is 2 scores. And he says, high five to you Bengal fans. All right, now I'm just going to high five air. Fuck you. Russ. Still cooking after Thanksgiving. And it's with a running game a little bit, but it's to Pickens, to Austin, now Freiermuth. But it's the middle of the field. How many dump-offs, how many screens have they ran today? To both backs, to the tight ends. Freiermuth with his official... As it's 34-24 now. There's the touchdown drive I was just talking about. Drive and score. Go up 2 scores at 10 now. You know, it should be more than it is. Because Cincy, all right, yeah, have the pick 6, but they shouldn't have that. They have 2 offense touchdowns and then the field goal. But they don't have the pick 6. They have 17 points. They're down 3 scores in at 17. You know, Pittsburgh doubled them up. They're getting close to that. They're up 10. It's 2-score game, though, late third quarter. So, Freiermuth now, with these stats update, he's going to have close to, I'd say, good 8 catches or so now with that touchdown. 6. Freiermuth has 6 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Pickens, 374 in the touchdown. And Austin, 229 in the touchdown, but he's out the rest of the game. Russell Wilson. We still have 22 seconds to play in the third quarter. He's 26 of 32, 361 yards passing. They say he was sacked on that drive when he got back to the line of scrimmage. So technically 1 sack, but we're not going to count that. Yeah, the pick 6, which since he's sort of, the refs missed the penalty. Going back to that, I don't know how they call that, but not 1, not 2, but 3 passing touchdowns to not 1, not 2, but 3 different receivers. Pickens, Austin, and Freiermuth there. And Harris has 10 carries now for 59 yards rushing and a touchdown. And he has 5 catches, 51 yards rushing, so he's over 100 all-purpose today. Warren, not much in the rush game, 1 of 6. Patterson, 3 of 16. Russ has carried 5 yards. But Warren has 3 catches, 49 yards. You know, everybody's getting involved. This is going to be an overall team win if they can hold on to a 10-point lead here going into the fourth quarter and just find a way to win it. So... obviously, the bad thing that happened to him was a pick 6. Have they punted? Maybe once. Obviously, had to kick 2 field goals, attempted a third, but it was blocked. So they'd be up 13 right now if they have them made. But, yeah, we'll see how the defense fares here late in the game. Let's continue to make stops. As CBS is promoting during Steelers Bengals on CBS today, thanks for tuning in and listening, the Big Ten Championship game next Saturday night. Penn State, Oregon. And I will have live play-by-play, watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube then. So be sure to tune in. We are, but here we go, Steelers. Over the middle, something Penn State can't cover is a slant. Steelers couldn't cover it there either. And Burrow pass complete to T. Higgins to midfield for a Bengal first down. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes to go. Hangman's coming, and the Steelers are up 10. So, oh mama. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. But take a look around the NFL as we updated stats from this game. For the most part, just right there. Obviously, Week 13 began on Thursday, as all weeks do in the National Football League, but since it was Thanksgiving, hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. There's 3 games. Obviously, the Lions and Cowboys hosted, as they always have. Lions beat the Bears 23-20. Cowboys with a 1-score win as well at home over the New York Football Giants 27-20. And then on Thursday night, the Packers in the cold beat the visiting Finns 30-17. On Black Friday, Chiefs with a 2-point 19-17 win over the Silver and Black Raiders. Right now, Sunday afternoon, December the 1st, 2024, Steelers unleashing hell in the jungle. Up 10, 34-24 at the end of the third. Chargers are up on the Falcons 17-13 right now. Cardinals 19-13 at Minnesota. Patriots are leading the Colts at home 24-17. Jets 21-16 at home over the Seattle Seahawks. Washington, the Redskins football team Commanders 28-13 lead on top of Tennessee. And Houston's at Jacksonville and Duval 13-6 on the Jags. Still to come at 4 o'clock and 4:30 before Sunday night, Monday Night Football. We'll have the Rams and Saints, the Bucks and Panthers, Eagles, Ravens, as mentioned in a snowy Buffalo, New York, with just not a couple inches, but feet of lake effect snow. The 49ers will come in to take on the Bills. And then Monday Night Football is the Browns and Broncos. Next week, Week 14, obviously Pittsburgh will host the team they just lost to a week and a half ago on Thursday night, and the Cleveland Browns. Before then, they go to Philadelphia and Baltimore before Christmas, and then host the Chiefs on Christmas, and then the Bengals will come to Pittsburgh Week 18. Next Thursday night, Packers-Lions. Next Sunday, Jags and Titans, Jets and Dolphins, Falcons and Vikings, Saints, Giants, Panthers, Eagles, as mentioned, Browns, Steelers, the Super Bowl 37 rematch with the Raiders and Bucks, Seahawks, Cardinals, Bills, Rams, Bears, 49ers. Next Sunday night is Chargers, Chiefs, and next Monday night, as the Broncos, Colts, Patriots, Redskins, football team Commanders, Ravens, and Texans will all be on bye weeks. Next Monday night is Bengals, Cowboys, and they're doing the Simpsons game on Disney and ESPN Plus, as they did Toy Story last year. Peacock's going to have a Madden-themed game coming up within the next couple weeks. So they're adding in some animation, if you will, to some live, real football games. As obviously the NFL's, own Sundays. They have Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night football. Obviously they've gone international, from London to Mexico to Germany to Brazil and other countries into the future. And kickoff times from any point in time throughout the day. They're now adding in animation to a different type of theme if you want to watch it that way. You can still watch the game normal if you want to, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. Week 13 and preview for next week, week 14. Begin the fourth quarter. 13:35 to play. There's a penalty there, so the Bengals are the first and 15 from the 40-yard line. Burrow's pass tipped and picked off. Dante Jackson. And Steelers ball, first and 10 at the 46-yard line with 13:29 to play and a 10-point lead. And another turnover. There's a interception to cancel out your interception. Obviously, they got to pick 6 out of yours, so you'd like to score a touchdown here. But remember, you got a strip sack fumble, got 3 points off of that. Got another field goal, blocked field goal as well, but then they just went and scored to go up 10. Now getting another stop on defense, getting the ball back, and Renegade strikes again on the road. Early fourth quarter. So Steelers ball up 10, 34-24 with 13 and change to play. Decent field position. Ball going to be 46, 48 yard line right around midfield. You're going to want to run the football and work clock. Just continue to do what you're doing, drive and score. You're up 10 right now. Kick a field goal, okay. You're up 13. That's still 2 scores, though. They can, come back and, win it with 2 touchdowns themselves if, you go dry. What would be nice is a touchdown. Go at 41-24. That's 3 scores. And, time really ain't going to be on the Bengals side, and then the game should be over, and, you can get a win and get the hell out of the jungle and get back to the Steel City with a win. So, 34-24 here. Pittsburgh with interception. Pressure. Not necessarily into the throwaway, but just a little high on the pass, and it was tipped. I believe intended for Higgins, and then Dante Jackson's just standing there ready to make a tackle. But hey, guess what? Ball's in the air. I'm going to go for it. He catches it and got a couple yards on the return, not much, and then first down Steelers. So they'll go to break, and we'll get back to it here shortly. But Pittsburgh ball, first and 10, up 10, 34-24, 13 and change to play here this afternoon in the game. Into the fourth quarter we go. And just run the ball, work clock, go score. Like I said, I'll take a field goal, comes down to it, but a touchdown might ice it. So first and 10, Pittsburgh from the 47-yard line. 13:29 officially to play. Steelers lead by 10, 34-24. Russ looking to throw and just throws it on the ground. Incomplete. Got a flag on the play, but that shouldn't be intentional grounding. 80, Darnell Washington's a legal receiver. He was in the area, so they should pick that up if it is going to be intentional grounding. No. Ineligible receiver downfield. So that's on Zach Frazier, former West Virginia Mountaineer at center. Obviously, it's 2 yards downfield. He can't be it as a lineman. And penalty's going to be declined, so it's incomplete, second and 10, rather than, first and 15. So Cincinnati, they want the down so they can get the ball back. And still waiting. I didn't see anything yet. Look into it, but I was looking at and talked about the college football coaching carousel a little bit earlier. Speaking of Zach Frazier in West Virginia, Neil Brown at West Virginia. Is he going to somehow keep his job, or are they going to part ways? Are they going to fire his ass and then bring back Rich Rod, or hire Jimbo, or maybe somebody else? See if there's anything recent from when I last talked about this a little bit ago. 3rd and 6. Russ going to go deep. Incomplete out of bounds. There's a penalty in the secondary, and it might be a defensive pass interference. So there's nobody there.
I think he saw what was happening down there and threw the ball to bring the attention to the official about what was going on with the receiver and the defensive back.
We have multiple flags. So there's one at the line.
And now no foul for an illegal contact, but there is a holding on the offense. So they pick up the one on the defense, but then they say holding on the offense. That makes perfect sense. 10 yards, and, well, penalties decline because it was incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and the Steelers aren't going to be able to do anything off the interception. They're going to have to punt.
He was definitely trying to get the attention of the officials, but when he exited the pocket, and you heard the explanation from Sean Hodgkin, the outside of the pocket, illegal contact goes away. That penalty's now non-existent, and the penalty goes against Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati holds up. They stay in this one.
Yeah, the Steelers are going to punt for the first time today, and there's 12:45 to play in the game. I didn't think they punted. That's why I said maybe once. But Steelers punt, fair catch signal for will be Bengals ball around the 10-yard line, 1st and 10, as they're down 10, 34-24. But Russell Wilson is 26 of 34, 362 with the pick 6, but 3 passing touchdowns to Pickens, Austin, and Freiermuth. Najee Harris, 10 of 59 on the ground and a rushing touchdown, has 5 catches, 51 yards receiving. Patterson, 3 of 16 on the ground. Warren, 2 of 10 on the ground. Russ, 1 of 5. But Pickens has 3 catches, 74 yards in the touchdown. Freiermuth, 6 of 68 in the touchdown. Najee Harris, as mentioned, 5 of 51 receiving. Jalen Warren, 3 of 49. Carol Patterson, 3 of 37. Calvin Austin out of the game with an injury, but 2 catches, 29 yards, and another touchdown. Ben Skowronek had a big 23-yard catch. Michael Pruitt, 2 of 21 for him. Darnell Washington has a catch for 10 yards. Obviously, still nothing to Van Jefferson or Mike Williams by any means, but everybody else has at least 1 catch today for some, good yardage. Fumble from earlier was recovered by Preston Smith, but it was a strip sack on Joe Burrow by TJ Watt. And then Dante Jackson just picked off Burrow. Steelers offense couldn't do anything, though, so they punt for the first time today. Bengals getting the ball back. Deshaun Elliott has 11 total tackles for the Steeler defense, 7 of them solo. Patrick Queen right behind him with 8. They have 5 tackles for loss with 3 sacks, 2 by TJ Watt and 1 by Cam Hayward. And Boswell, 10 total points. Steelers lead by 10. Special teams, folks. Special teams with 4 made extra points, and then 2 or 3 on his field goals because the one coming out of halftime, early third quarter, was blocked. But he made from 50 and made from 34 before that. If, he has the blocked one, they're up not 10, but 13. And the Bengals need 2 touchdowns rather than a touchdown, a field goal. So since 2002, the Bengals at home against the Steelers, what did that say, 4 for 20? So Pittsburgh maybe rolling up and give them another loss. Pass for 5 yards complete, be 2nd and 5. Burrow, pass, incomplete near side, intended for Higgins. And they're going to get Joey Porter on a pass interference. A couple flags come flying in. Come on, man.
from that Bengals sideline just as the play developed, and the officials
Defense number 24. It's an automatic. First down.
It's good right there. Hands on each other. I would pause it for Joey Porter. On that one, to me, they were both pushing on each other. He ends up getting the penalty. Sometimes you develop a grip as you move up the league. But I'm not sure that both of them were jostling with each other on that one. Call goes against Porter.
That's an 11-yard penalty. First down.
First and 10, Cincy from the 27. They'll toss Chase Brown. And tackled by Cam Hayward with Sutton and Peyton Wilson. And good to see Sutton make some plays. Former Steeler, left for Detroit, played in 1 year. Some off-the-field trouble. Pittsburgh brought him back, was suspended half the year, and after the bye week, with his suspension ending, and then the Steelers on a bye, and the games that they've played since. From Washington to Baltimore to Cleveland, now Cincinnati. He's been playing well. 2nd and 8. And a flag on the play. Pass incomplete near side with, speak of the devil, Cam Sutton on the coverage. The penalty came flying in as soon as they snapped the ball, so we'll see what this is.
Now they're dealing with a penalty flag.
Maybe in legal formation. Yeah, there you go. 5 yards, replay it down. Or, okay, decline it. It'll be 3rd down with the incompletion. So Pittsburgh, wants the down, and then to get the ball back themselves to hold the lead and work clock.
His hand is supposed to split the belt line of the center. His hand was back a little bit beyond that, trying to reduce the angle of the pass rusher.
So 11-14 to play. Steelers up 10, 34-24 here. 3rd and 8 coming up. Come on, defense. Let's get a stop. Empty set.
Steelers were comfortable declining, forcing Cincinnati into a 3rd and 8.
And pressure off the edge. Another strip sack. And Peyton Wilson has it running in 10-5. Touchdown Steelers. Defense, and turnovers. Rookie out of NC State doesn't have any fucking ligaments in any of his knees. 40-24, extra point to come. And Herbig with a strip sack. So TJ, the other Badger on the other side, got a strip sack earlier. He gets it then. And then they howl to the wolf pack, and Peyton Wilson picks it up and runs it in, touchdown. Boswell, extra point, 11:06 to play to make it a 41-24 game. Remember, had a pick 6 on an offensive drive, blocked field goal. I mean, there's been some points left off the board, no doubt about it. But Pittsburgh, get to the 21-21, it's been all Steelers since. And boom. Pressure, turnovers, score off of them. Well, hey, they just evened out the pick 6 with a fumble, scoop, and score. So that's 7 apiece. And then obviously Cincy with only 17 points offensively. Where Pittsburgh's, fumble, scoop, and score there, but they got 3 points off the other strip sack. Couldn't do anything with the interception. Got the ball back with a make a stop there on defense. They've only punted once today. Scored as many touchdowns as they have, and then kicked 2 field goals. And it's 41-24. So I believe there's 41 to this point with 11:06 to play, if I'm not mistaken, is in fact the most points they've scored in a single game thus far this season, and we still got some time to go. Yeah, the most they scored before this was 37 in the win against the Jets. And the second most was 32 the week prior to that against the Raiders, which was almost 2 months ago, mid-October. And now 41. So, (41-24) Steelers, and Peyton Wilson's going to get credited officially with a 29-yard, about 20 after the strip sack, but a scoop and score for a touchdown. And Danny Smith chewing on his bubble gum tells the special teams unit, get on out there. Let's kick another extra point. So, like I said, this has probably been their most consistent game that they've played in quite a while. I mean, when was the last time they scored 40-plus points? That's a stat for you. That's what you need to figure out. Because we know how the offense has looked the past, couple years. Just a team game. And it's going to be a team win when it's all said and done. If they can, hold this 41-24 lead with 11:06 to play. It ain't over until it's over. 1st and 10, Burrow. And the Bengals offense from the 30. Over the middle, it's caught. Higgins, Queen on the tackle. Like I said, once again, he knows the Bengals well, former Raven. And if you're in the AFC North, you just hate each other. Man, that's just a given. And it's going to be old school smash mouth football. And talk about hits today, there's been some old school hits today. And the refs will let them play, even though they've still thrown as many penalties as they have. And good penalties, bad penalties, missed penalties, whatever, Wins all that matters at the end of the day. 2nd and 2, Burrow getting pressured, going to dump it off as Watt hits him right at the tail end of that. And then Chase Brown gets a big first down run. Far side, KZ on the stop. And it'll be 1st and 10, Cincinnati. First and 10. And Burrow, far side, caught. And first down again. Another 1st and 10 here from the 25. Burrow near side, high, incomplete, out of bounds. 2nd down. 8-5-8 to play. Empty set, 2nd and 10. And deep far side, incomplete. Intended for Jamar Chase, would have been more so offense pass interference than defense pass interference, but a good no call. So 3rd and 10 from the same spot. Pittsburgh jumped offside, so they got a free play. Burrow was going deep. And it'll be incomplete in the end zone, and then a penalty comes in for the pass interference. So they'll take the PI in the end zone. It'll be first and goal at the 1, decline the offside, and, you know, you almost had them off the field again, but more penalties.
And again, it's Joey Porter.
Tony has worked exclusively against T. Higgins today. Higgins has gone for 4 catches, 68 yards.
Here we go. There were 3 fouls by the defense on the play.
3 penalties by the Steelers on the same play. Offside, that's declined. Holding,
Number 24, this penalty.
that's declined. And then they say pass interference. How did Joey Porter get a hold and a pass interference called against him on the same fucking play?
TJ Watt, number 90, that's the first one declined. Then Porter off the line of scrimmage, there's the hold.
Good God.
The second one. And then finally,
Yeah, Burrow took a shot too.
Irving, but in the end was a pass interference here down in the second. You see him riding him all the way through.
So it's going to be first and goal at the 1 because the foul occurred in the end zone on the PI.
But his talent is immense. Mike Tomlin's going to stick with him for the 2 times.
Burrow rolls out, back of the end zone. No, incomplete. Sutton on the coverage. Higgins had it, sort of caught it. See a replay here, right? Their feet going down, but he's not in, yeah, and he still was bobbling it and never had control and possession as he was going out of bounds. So, yeah, no, that's incomplete. And that's a push off, I might add, to begin with. Like, where's the penalty there? Third or second and goal from the 1. Watch the run, watch the draw. That's how they scored on the rushing touchdown earlier. That's a false start. Oh my God, the whole fucking line moved. And then a passing touchdown back of the end zone and caught by Higgins, but they say touch. How the fuck is that not a false start? These fucking refs. And Higgins, yeah, that's a catch, but and you know damn well neither head coach is going to say anything about the refs, in the post-game press conference because they're not going to want to get fined. Players will say what they say, but the coaches aren't going to say anything. So they say touchdown, but how is that not a false start? Extra points up and good. 41-31 with 8:39 to play. Steelers with 2 timeouts, Bengals with 3. Obviously, have a 2-minute warning coming up, but still 2-score game here at 10. But Pittsburgh's got to just work clock, if anything. Obviously, like a score. That blocked field goal would be nice to not have and have the 3 points there. It'd be 44-31 then, but 41-31. Yeah, just run the ball, work clock. Tomlin's talking with the refs. So he gets some clarification, but probably a bunch of fucking horse shit. Save face. But, I mean, it's nothing new. We know this with Sean Hockley's crew. They throw literally all the penalties they can possibly throw. That's why there's always, and we'll see the final stat of what it is in today's game, but there's always at least a good 5, 8, 10 penalties, if not more, on each team per game. Warren on the return to the 16, they'll have a 1st and 10 from there, so you still got to play through it. That's the thing. But yeah, just run ball, work clock. You'd like to score again if you can kick a field goal, okay. Score a touchdown, okay. get a 50 burger. They're damn near close to it, but yeah, that's where we're at. So 1st and 10 Steelers here. And Russ will toss near side Najee Harris. And he'll get about 7 yards up the middle, 2nd down. Russ going to fake the give, dump off on a screen then, and Harris gets a 1st down. Wind that clock. Late penalty from the secondary. So the clock's going to stop because of that, but see what this is. Illegal contact, holding, legal man downfield. It's probably going to be one of those 3.
98 yards against the Steelers, 9 penalties, 82 yards for Cincy.
Or we got 2 fouls, 1 on each team, and they'll offset and you'll replay it down. Or a face mask, maybe, again. Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15 yards, 1st down. Run the damn ball, work clock. Steelers 41 points today. There's your stat I was thinking about asking for. Most since November of 2018. Fucking 6 years. 6 years and a month. Timeout, 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 timeout. And they get it off. All right. Russ going to roll out and throw it out of bounds, incomplete. Flag on the play. Yeah, they're going to get Frazier on an illegal man downfield again, probably. Yep. Yep. So 2nd down on the incompletion. Yeah, they declined the penalty, so 2nd and 10. 7-12 to play. Harris on the run for about a yard, 3rd down. Just convert. Just convert. 3rd 9 from the 41.5. Middle of the field, I'm telling you, it's been there all game. But they're draining the clock. And far side, over the middle, caught. And guess who? Van Jefferson moving on up to the 15-yard line for a Steeler 1st down. First catch of the game. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Just a simple post. And he caught it at the 40 on 3rd and 9 and was able to get down to the 15-yard line. You want to wind this clock. Run the damn ball. Russ just went over 400 yards passing today. Got to go. They'll snap it right as the clock expires again. Toss to Najee Harris for about a yard, maybe 2. Got an injured Bengal defender, it looks like. Second down. Now, there's a gain, about a yard, 2nd and 9. But because of the injury, well, since he's going to call a timeout anyway, but they have an injured player down. So they call a timeout, 5:34 to play. Steelers 2nd and 9 coming up 10 with 2 timeouts on both sides, 2-minute warning as well. But that was a big conversion on 3rd and 9. Van Jefferson. They get a yard there and just put a second back on the clock. 5:35 now to play. Just, run the ball, work clock. I mean, right now you're in the red zone. You'd want to score. Field goal's fine by me, 44-31. But you'd love another touchdown. Go 48 to 31. Either way, it's a 2 and then 3 score game. So commercial break with the injury. We'll get back to the action shortly.
was helped up and then jogged on his own to the Cincinnati sideline, replaced by the veteran Von Bell, the former starter of that spot. They're working on the left leg of Jordan Bell. 2nd down and 9 for the Steelers. Cincinnati Bengals from timeout.
It's a 2nd and 9. And roll out on a play action. Russ going to dump it off. Warren makes the catch. They're going to say he stepped out. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. It would have been nice if he's been able to stay in bounds and wind the clock. But just with where he was and who was there, they just pushed him out. I mean, there's really nothing he could do. He'd love to have stayed in bounds. I mean, Russ, I think he thought about tucking and running, but decided to dump it off. Did he ever step out? Yeah, right there. Okay. So 3rd and 3, Pittsburgh. Russ looking to throw. Back of the end zone, nobody there. But probably a defensive hold. Pass interference. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball should be spotted at the 1. 1st and goal. And you got 4 plays to punch it in. Before the pass, holding half the distance because it was before the pass. So, it's still 1st down. But, yeah, 1st and goal. You got 4 shots to punch it in here. Russ, remember, arrived to the game. Steelers wearing their road whites, yellow pants. But Russ arrived to the game wearing all black, looking like he was going to a funeral. Well, maybe he was. Yeah, the Bengals keep him in the fucking jungle before they got to come to Pittsburgh Week 18. They blew it, but when did they blow it? As the pile kept pushing into the end zone, touchdown Najee Harris, but they're going to... Forward progress stopped where, though? The 3-yard line, 2nd and goal from there. The ball's just sitting in the fucking end zone. Nobody can even see it. All right, yeah, they did blow dead 3 right there. So 2nd goal from there. Cincinnati, in the meantime, called a timeout. 4:47 to play. They'll have 1 left with a 2-minute warning. Pittsburgh with 2 in the 2-minute warning. But 2nd goal coming in from the 3. And Russ on the sideline, so that means number 3 or number 1, little number 4, Kyle Allen, the 3rd string emergency quarterback. But number 2, Justin Fields, is in the ball game, the quarterback out of the gun, and he'll hand off to Jalen Warren, but he'll get stuffed. No gain on the play, 3rd and goal from the 3. And now Fields will come out and Russ will go back in. The Bengals call the 3rd and final timeout with 4:43 to go. So the only time Bengals are going to be able to stop the clock. 2-minute warning, out of bounds, incompletion, clock it on a spike, a penalty, 3rd and goal. Come on, punch this sucker in. Russ has thrown for 414 today, his 2nd most in his career. From Seattle to Denver, now in his 1st year in Pittsburgh. 3rd and goal from 4.5, after the loss. Empty set. And Russ gonna step up and, hey, takes a sack, but it's a good sack. They don't have any timeouts. They can't stop the clock. You can fucking drain this clock, kick a field goal, and go up 44-31 with under 4 to play then. And, yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd want to take a penalty, but just fucking probably either call a timeout here or... Looks like they're going to... Because Boswell's not on the field yet. They're going to run a field unit out to just kick it. They're going to drain it, call a timeout, under 4 to go. Actually, they will take a fucking delay game. So 5 yards, back them up, get some breathing room, I guess, so it's not real close and a weird angle for Boswell. But 3:56 to play. Cincinnati cannot stop the clock. Neither can Pittsburgh. And they just did, though, with the penalty on a delay game to now kick a field goal to go up 44-31. 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, made from 50, made from 34. Missed the blocked 42-yarder coming out of the half. So from 30 yards from the right hash, Boswell's kick is up and good. 44-31 Steelers with 3:53 to play. We'll update some final stats and scores. Give a recap once we go final. They're going to give a game summary. Yeah, it started with a pick 6, and then the Steelers tied it. And then it was 7-7, and then 14-7, and then 14-14, and then 21-21. And Steelers had momentum going into the half. Up 6, 27-21 with 2 field goals. Missed a field goal. Bengals kicked a field goal, 27-24. And then another turnover as the Steelers have 509 total yards right now, most by the Steelers since 2018 as well. But no, they went on a touchdown drive to go up 34-24, got a strip sack fumble on a scoop and score then, as they got 3 points off the first one, 7 off the second. Couldn't do anything with the interception, but 41-24, Bengals score 41-31, and the Steelers just kicked the field goal 44-31. Bengals return it, and they'll have a 1st and 10 with 3:46 to play. But they have no timeouts other than the 2-minute warning. So, yeah. Just get a defensive stop and get the ball back and run the clock out. So 1st and 10 here for Cincinnati Bengals from the 36-yard line. And over the middle, it's caught. Beanie Bishop. First time I've said his name today, which is a surprise. But he makes the tackle. Rookie, undrafted rookie out of West Virginia. A Beanie Baby. 2nd and 3. Jasecki on the catch and run near side, 1st down Bengals. So 1st and 10. Burrow looking to throw and gets rid of it as he gets hit. It's caught. Chase wide open inside the 20, 15, 10. And he's going to be brought down by Minka Fitzpatrick inside the 5, down to 2. But clock's ticking. It'll be 1st and goal. Under 3 to play by the time they snap it. Cincinnati's just fighting back. Got to give them credit, but we'll see here. Burrow pass. Oh, almost picked off by Joey Porter. That would have made up for all his penalties today. Right through his hands, and he dropped it. But it was a bullet of a pass, and yeah, sometimes receivers aren't even catching that fastball. Yeah, he might have been able to run that back 100 yards too, for all you know. So 2nd and goal from the 3. Burrow back of the end zone, caught, touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Illegal use of hands on the defense. Penalties going to be declined. Touchdown. So 44-37 with the extra point to come. And then Cincinnati, because they don't have any timeouts, they're going to have to kick an onside kick. So Pittsburgh's going to have to get their hands team out there. Unless the Bengals think they can get a stop and get the ball back, before, right after 2 minutes. To then go, score a touchdown to win it. Because then it still goes back to, well, even with that, extra points up and good. 44-38, 2:39 to play. The pick 6 from earlier. Because they shouldn't even have that. Because then they'd still be down if they didn't. But by more, obviously. But then because they do, and then everything else they have, it's one score. It's going to backtrack too to... Yeah, Pittsburgh got a strip sack, scoop and score on the second strip sack. But the first one, remember, they only got a field goal out of that. They had a touchdown out of that. Game's probably over. But now, yeah, like I said, Cincinnati's got a decision to make. Do you kick an onside kick or do you try to get the ball back? With right around a little less than 2 minutes. But the thing is, they don't have a timeout, so they sort of got to kick an onside kick. So hands team out there, just fucking recover an onside kick. And then he can knee it out and win it. So here's the onside kick. 82 combined points today, which is most in NFL games so far this season. Good God.
Any of us had it on a bingo card today.
No, not with these two. 44-38 would be more like what it's been for the Steelers. You know, maybe 20 points. So onside kick from the 35-yard line, left to right. Pittsburgh calls a timeout. They're going to kick it near side. Obviously, it's got to go 10 yards. But remember, it's a live ball. Okay, it's a live ball. They have to wait for it to go 10 yards before they touch it. It's a live ball. Go get it. You don't need to let them touch it, you know, to touch it yourself. No, just go get it. It's a live ball. Go recover it. So now they're going to kick to the far side, maybe. And he's going to put the tee down. And kick near side here. Go get it. And it's Connor Hayward on the onside kick recovery. Steelers ball, 1st and 10. 2:39 to play. Yeah. Probably going to get a first down, but you can knee it out. It did go 11 yards. Needs to go 10, but Pittsburgh was right there to recover it. Like I said, though, go get the ball. You don't need to touch it to recover it. You just need to recover it. They got to wait for it to go 10 yards before they touch it. It's just a live ball, though, for you. Go get it. So Pittsburgh going to run it, Najee Harris, for about 3 yards. So that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
Pittsburgh 44, Cincinnati 38. The Steelers are trying to get yet another win in Cincinnati. 512 yards of offense for the Steelers if they get one more first down. This one.
So 2 minutes to play. Be second down for the Steelers. 44-38 your score. Just get a first down. You can knee it out. Game's over. So, yeah, that's where we're at. We'll update some stats here as mentioned once we go final. But around the NFL, Week 13, as mentioned, the Lions, Cowboys, and Packers all won on Thanksgiving. The Chiefs won on Black Friday. Seahawks came back to beat the Jets. Washington beat Tennessee. The Chargers beat the Falcons. Vikings on a 1-point win over the Cards and a Colt 1-point win over the Patriots. And there's only 2 1 o'clock games still on. Houston's up at Jacksonville. Pittsburgh up at Cincinnati here. 4 o'clock games kicking off. Rams, Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Eagles, Ravens. Sunday Night Football, 49ers, Bills. Monday Night Football, Browns, Broncos once again. So that's that. But with 2 minutes to play here, Steelers ball, second down is 7. They just got to get first down and knee it out. Game's over then. So here we go. 2nd and 7, 2 minutes to play. Steelers just need to get a first down to run it out. Russ up under center, Harris in the backfield. And they'll toss. Harris. And a flag. Probably a fucking hold. 10 yards back him up. But he got a couple yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 4, but it's coming back. And that penalty fucking hurt because the clock stops. Holding on Michael Pruitt. It'll be declined. Yeah. But it's still going to be 3rd and what? 4? 3rd and 5? All right, yeah, it's a good call. But still, Pittsburgh gets a first down, the game's over. So what does Pittsburgh do on 3rd and 4 with 1:54 to go? And they'll wind the clock. Just get a first down, game's over. They'll run. Warren actually, Fields going to keep it for himself. And he gets a first down, slides. Steelers are going to win it. And they save Justin Fields for when they need to use them. So I said, hey, they've won with both of them. Why not play both of them? And Fields just, it looked like he handed off, but he kept it for himself. And green grass in front of him, far side, gets a first down, slides, inbounds, clock runs, and the Steelers got a new set of downs, first down. Now they can knee it out. And the Steelers are going to beat the Bengals 44-38. A high-scoring affair, shootout. Really wasn't back and forth as much as it was in the first half by any means. But Pittsburgh still gets the job done at the end of the day. You know, they did what they had to do to find a way to win, and there's some talking to on the sideline for a couple players. But Pittsburgh's going to score their most this season, their most in 6+ years today. Final nail down, there you go. Steelers get to 9-3. They still lead the AFC North. You'd like Philly to beat Baltimore coming up here in a couple minutes. Just because, okay, Pittsburgh's atop, technically 2 games ahead, head-to-head win. Baltimore still hasn't played yet, though, this week, but then you have a head-to-head, you play them again on the road. They got to go to Philly as well, so just for the sake of the AFC North and then the, wild card discussion. Yeah. 44-38, your final score. Steelers win it. They get to 9-3, coming off of a loss at Cleveland last Thursday night in the snow. A game they, probably still should have won, but they didn't. Same thing goes for the 2 losses. But you'd rather lose them in the regular season rather than the playoffs, no doubt about it. So they, had their winning streak snapped. 1 loss, now back in the win column. So, yeah, 44-38 going to be your final score. How we got here, man, was a damn good game. Back and forth first half. Pittsburgh had momentum going into halftime. Kept it for the most part. They controlled the, what they could control in the second half, and it came back down to turnovers and special teams with the running game, and Russell Wilson balling the hell out and cooking. Threw for over 400 yards. and a couple touchdowns. So it's an overall team win, no doubt about it. Offense, defense, special teams. And Tomlin will, be the first to tell you that in his post-game presser. Most points they've had in 6 years, most yards they've had in 6 years. And all that's, cool and shit, but what matters is a win. So they'll host Cincinnati Week 18. They fall to 4-8. Pittsburgh gets to 9-3 with 3 one-score losses. But they get back in the win column today. Another one-score win, but win's a win. In the loss, Joe Burrow was 28-38, 309 yards passing. Had the interception to Dante Jackson. Pittsburgh couldn't do anything off of that. But then with his 3 passing touchdowns, 1 to Jamar Chase, 1 to T. Higgins, and 1 to Andre the Giant, he was sacked 4 times. And 2 of them were strip sacks. The first strip sack fumble, Pittsburgh got 3 points out of. The second strip sack fumble was a fumble scoop and score. And Peyton Wilson found the end zone at the end of that play. That's what got him to 41. And then they, kicked another field goal. Remember, they had a blocked field goal, had a pick 6, and they only punted once today, offensively. But Chase Brown had 12 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. They shut him down in the second half. And they found a running game. They had 26 carries, 110 yards, and a touchdown. 16 for 75 for Naj, and he also had 6 catches, 54 yards receiving. So over 100 all-purpose for 22 today. Khalil Herbert had a carry, 14 yards for the Bengals. Chase, 6 of 86 on the score. Higgins, 5 of 69 on a touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 5 of 53. Andre, 3 of 35 on a score. Chase Brown, 3 of 30. Tanner Hudson, 4 of 28. Drew Sample, 2 catches, 8 yards. Yeah, 2 strip sack fumbles for Joe Burrow. 10 points off of that. And Pittsburgh wins by, 6. So, yeah, 2 sacks on Russ. We're only going to count one of them, though, because the first one wasn't a sack. It wasn't. Cam Taylor-Britt had the 51-yard interception return for a touchdown. Pittsburgh on the flip side. As remember, it was Pittsburgh kicking off to begin the game. They won the coin toss deferred, so they got the ball to begin the second half. Cincinnati, they went 3-and-out to begin the game. A lot of penalties today, but Pittsburgh got the ball. There was a missed penalty on the pick 6, but Cincinnati led 7-0. Then the Steelers respond, 7-7. Then it was 14-7. Then it was 14-14. Then it was 21-14. Then it was 21 apiece. And then from 21-all, just prior to halftime, the momentum switched on the first strip sack fumble by T.J. Watt. They got a field goal out of that. It was 24-21. And then they got the ball back again with around 2 minutes to play in the first half. And they're able to get another field goal going into halftime, 27-21. Then they got the ball back to begin the second half. Attempted another field goal, which would have put them up 9, which is 2 scores at 30-21. But it was blocked from 42 yards out. And then, so Boswell finished 3 of 4 with the blocked field goal coming out of the half. But it was good from 50, 34, and then that last one to go up 44 to 31, and then they, still scored, and then the Steelers get the onside kick and then get a first down and can knee it out. But 27-21 at halftime. Bengals get a field goal after Pittsburgh's had theirs blocked. So it's 27-24. But then the Steelers went on a touchdown drive. Go up 10, 34-24. Get another strip sack, fumble. It was a scoop and score. Peyton Wilson on the recovery and ran it back. So 41-24. Bengals scored. So 41-31. Pittsburgh then, had the last field goal. 44-31. Bengals score. 44-38. And kick the onside kick, but once again the Steelers recover. Connor Hayward on the onside kick recovery, and they get a first down and knee it out. So Steelers win 44-38. Big road win in the AFC North, especially after losing at Cleveland a week and a half ago on Thursday night in the snow. If they would have had that win, they'd have 10 wins right now. Probably should already have 10 wins to begin with, but neither here nor there. But they can get the 10 wins now next week when they host the Browns. And that game will be at 1 o'clock next Sunday, and I'll have live play watch longer actions live review tune then, so be sure to tune back in. So 44-38, your final score. Steelers win it at the Cincinnati Bengals. They get to 9-3, still atop the AFC North. As mentioned, you sort of want Philly to beat Baltimore as that game just kicked off. Just with Baltimore sitting at 8-4, another loss, or 8-5. Pittsburgh already has a head-to-head against them. They'd be 2 up in the North, with a month to go. So Russell Wilson, no doubt about it, best game as a Steeler. I thought personally it was probably the most consistent game the Steelers played in quite some time. He threw for 414 yards, which is the second most ever in his career. He was 29-38 for 414. Sacked twice. Like I said, we're only going to count the one sack because the first one, wasn't. He got back in the line of scrimmage, but they said it was a sack. And then remember the second one, which we're not even going to count that one either because it was a good sack. Because remember, Cincinnati didn't have any timeouts to call to burn. They're out of timeouts there, and then Pittsburgh was going to throw, but then, run it. Nobody's open. I'll just take the sack. Clock runs. And then that's how Boswell ended up kicking his last field goal to go up 44-31 before the Bengals scored. Steelers get the onside kick and then get the first down and knee it out. But Russell Wilson, 29-38, 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, the interception on the pick 6 to begin the game. But Najee Harris had himself a game, had himself a day. Over 100 all-purpose yards, 16 carries, 75 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Had 6 catches, for 54 yards receiving. And then Warren, 3-9 on the ground. He had 4 catches for 55 yards as well. Patterson, 3-16 on the ground. 3 catches, 37 yards for him. Fields with a carry for 7 yards to get the first down to kneel it out. Russ, 3 carries, 3 yards because he had those 2 sacks technically. But like I said, I'm not worried about that today because it really didn't factor into anything. Pickens, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown from 17 yards out. Calvin Austin had the second receiving touchdown, 2-29 for him, and a 23-yard score. Freiermuth, 6-68 and a touchdown. Jalen Warren, as mentioned, 4-55. Najee Harris, 6-54. Van Jefferson had a big 43-yard reception on 3rd and 9 to get them to that last scoring drive on the field goal by Boswell. Patterson, as mentioned, 3-37. Austin, 2-29, the touchdown. Ben Skoranek had a big 23-yard catch. Michael Pruitt, 2-21. Darnell Washington, catch for 10 yards. Everybody literally that plays on offense, that is able to catch the football, had a catch today. other than Connor Hayward, but he did recover the onside kick. But then Mike Williams, he still has only had one catch as a Steeler. It was the game-winning touchdown at Washington a couple weeks ago. But yeah, 29-38 for Russ for 414 and 3 touchdowns. 1 to Pickens, 1 to Austin, 1 to Freiermuth. Harris had a rushing touchdown. So that's 4 scores. That's 28 points. They get a fumble, scoop, and score on a strip sack. That's another 7. That's 35. And then Boswell was 3 or 4 on his field goals. So that's 38, 41, and 44. Missed one because it was blocked. So they, could have had 47 points. But the 44 they scored today in the win at Cincinnati is most they scored in 6 years. And they win by 6, 44-38, your final score. As TJ Watt had the first strip sack fumble that was recovered by Preston Smith. Nick Herbig with the second. It was recovered and returned for a touchdown by Peyton Wilson. Deshaun Elliott had 11 total tackles, 7 of them solo. Patrick Queen with 9, Minka with 6. Cam Hayward had 5 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. Joey Porter got picked on. We'll get to the penalties here in a minute. I mean, there's good ones, there's bad ones. There was missed ones, but you play through it. They had 4 sacks on Burrow, 2 of them strip sacks, and both those fumbles went to 10 points. And, they win by 6. So there's a difference for you right there. No doubt about it. Dante Jackson had an interception. They couldn't do anything off of that. That's when they had to punt for the only time today, and it was a 38-yard punt by Corliss Waitman. Boswell was 3 or 4 on his field goals, 5 of 5 on his extra points, with a total of 14 points. So, once again, turnovers and special teams with the running game and the defense, and then Russ cooked. 29-38 for 414 and 3 touchdowns. So an overall team win. They had 28 first downs, 18 of them passing. They were 4-9 on third down. Ran 66 plays to Cincinnati's 57. Cincinnati had 25 first downs. They were 4-8 on third down. They had 375 total yards. I mean, shit, Pittsburgh had 300 fucking yards in the first half, for God's sakes. There were 20 total penalties called, 11 against the Bengals and 9 against the Steelers, but they were both over 100 yards in penalties. You had 20 penalties for 204 total yards today. What the hell, officials? 3 turnovers, 4 total, 1 by Pittsburgh on the pick 6, but yeah, Pittsburgh with 28 first downs, 4-9 on third down, ran 66 plays, had 410 passing, 110 rushing yards for 520 total on 11 total drives. They averaged 8 yards a play. That's manageable situations. No wonder they had fucking 28 first downs. They were able to, put themselves in good spots and be able to convert. And then they were able to score for the most part in the red zone, 2 of 4. Talked about the penalties. Yeah, had the pick 6, but they controlled the clock, 31:09 to 28:51. And then once again in a 6-point win, and you have 2 strip sack fumbles, 1 for 3 points, 1 for 7 points, and you win by 6. I mean, yeah, once again, it's turnovers, it's special teams, with Boswell having 14 total points today, and they ran the ball better in the second half. Couldn't stop in the first half, but they stopped in the second half, got a running game going, and just played Steeler defense. And, like I said, Russell Wilson balled out. He did. Just overall team win, offense, defense, special teams. From all the players up front on the offensive line. Dan Moore, Isaac Seumalo, Zach Frazier, And yeah, they're missing James Daniels and Troy Fatano on the right side, but McCormick's played well at right guard, and then you have Broderick Jones at tackle. Russ at quarterback. Fields came in, and they got the first down to ice it and get a first down to kneel it out then at the end of the game. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Cordell Patterson, all the receivers from Pickens down. Once again, they've been out. Roman Wilson, who they drafted out of Michigan, he's been hurt. And then Mike Williams, only one catch as a Steeler, and it's for the game winner against Washington a couple weeks ago. Hasn't done anything other than that. Calvin Austin went down with an injury. Hopefully he's okay. Probably has a concussion. He took a couple shots today. But then Van Jefferson had a big catch late. The tight ends, have played well. Can't forget about Ben Skowronek's catch and run earlier either at receiver. Yeah, because at receiver it's Pickens, it's Mike Williams, but it's Van Jefferson, and then it's Calvin Austin, and then it's Skowronek, Scotty Miller. That's about it. Roman Wilson would be the other one, but he's hurt. And then Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Michael Pruitt, Connor Hayward at tight end, and then the defense with Hayward in the middle and Watt coming off the edge and Patrick Queen in the middle at linebacker and Minka in the back end, and just once again overall team win today for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 44-38. Your final scores of black and gold. Go to the dog pound and the jungle and the state of OHIO. But come out 1-1 in those games. But 9-3 now on the season. Host Cleveland next week. Get payback on the Browns from the loss a week ago. So they're in a good spot, and once again with the 3 losses, you'd have them in the regular season compared to the playoffs. Because you lose one in the playoffs, you're done. So it's just, it was consistent today. They got in a groove. They had momentum and rhythm, and they kept the momentum for the most part. And they, like I said, halftime needed to control the second half, and they did that for the most part. I mean, just it's the name of the game is winning. Just find a way to win, and they did it at the end of the day. That's what matters. That's what counts. So, win's a win. Back and forth. Damn good game. I mean, Cincinnati, they're 4-8. The season's probably over. They can only afford one more loss, to not have a. They can't afford any more losses to have a losing season. They lose one more, it's a losing season. Best they'd finish then was 8-9. They're already 4-8. So, so they do lose one more, it's a losing season. But it's like, they're 4-8 now. They probably should have a couple more wins. They probably should be in the thick of it for a wild card, because they are better than what the record says they are, but they just haven't been able to win these close games. But that's why the saying goes, good teams find ways to win. And when it was 21 apiece, Pittsburgh got momentum on a strip sack, got 3 points out of it, got another field goal before halftime. And it was still back and forth a little bit, not as much as it was in the first half, but they never really looked back after that. They controlled the second half and just, once again found a way to win. So, go to Cincinnati and win again. They haven't lost out there in a couple years. But then going back to the Cleveland game, they haven't won out there in a couple years. So it's, just total opposite of it. Obviously down the stretch, they're hosting Cleveland next week. And then that'll be the last home game before the final 2 to end the regular season. because then they'll go to Philly and go to Baltimore, and both those teams are playing each other right now. And so I said you sort of want Philly to win this game just for the AFC North's sake and the playoff picture, with Baltimore. And you already have a head-to-head against them, and then you got to go to them, after hosting Cleveland. Pittsburgh goes to Philly, and then they go to Baltimore. And then they'll host the Chiefs on Christmas, and then the Bengals will come into the Steel City. We'll see what they're looking like then, Week 18, January 2025, before then the playoffs start. And then, Pittsburgh has a 3 seed right now, technically, atop the AFC North. Buffalo beat Kansas City already a couple weeks ago. But remember, the Steelers don't play the Bills this year in the regular season. But they do host the Chiefs. And that game on Christmas should be damn good. Just with the way that, both teams normally are. Both historic franchises. But the way they're playing this season and the way both teams are winning games, it's close. It's one score, so Pittsburgh's at a 3 seed right now. They're still going to be in contention for a 2, let alone a 1. If they can continue to take care of business and maybe get some help. But then if not, then you win the division. You are still going to be sitting there as a 3 or 4 seed, depending on what else happens. So then it's it's a wild card game then at Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, on the North Shore there, where 3 rivers merge. So, yeah, just still a lot of football to be played. So they're 9-3, and they got 5 games left in the regular season. Cleveland, at Philly, at Baltimore, Kansas City, and Cincinnati. And 3 of those 5, with a 2-game road trip at Philly and at Baltimore, 3 of those 5 are at home, especially those last 2. So, obviously, we'll see what happens. That's why they play the game, ain't decided on paper, decided on the field. And just an overall team win today. Offense, defense, special teams. 44-38 for the black and gold, beating the Bengals on the road in the AFC North. So, thanks for tuning in and listening. That'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Corey and Luke 96, live right here on YouTube. So, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And I'll see everybody now next weekend for more college football and NFL live play-by-play with the Big Ten championship game with Penn State and Oregon. And then the Steelers and Browns again next Sunday. So just be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. But here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Black and gold. Pick up a 44-38 win at Cincinnati. They're not on to Cincinnati anymore. They were last week after the loss, but now they'll be back on to Cleveland, a team they just played and unfortunately lost to. So they should be able to figure out, why did we lose this game and how do we beat them now? So, just regardless if it's snowing or not next Sunday again against the Browns, you still got to play through it. It was cold again today, and they put up as many points and yards and all that they did. Name of the game is winning. You got to find a way to win. That's what matters. And they do just that. So, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Steelers beat the Bengals. Once again, your final score, 44.